Yo, yo. What's up? Hopefully everyone's having a good Thursday night. I am RCB, and we are going to be hopping back into more Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony. So we just completed the first part of Chapter 2 yesterday, and we have a new victim who was just murdered, and it was Ryoma, the ultimate tennis star. The way he died was kind of brutal. Apparently he had drowned, and there was a magic show that Himiko and Angie were putting on for everyone to try to ease nerves and stuff like that and everything. And Himiko was doing this like underwater trick where she was going to try to escape this underwater tank that was going to have a bunch of piranhas dumped in and everything. And so a minute had passed, and then the piranhas went in, and everyone was nervous to see what was going on, so they ran up to see what was going on. And when Angie unveiled the curtain, they saw a already dead Ryoma in the tank get devoured up by the piranhas. So it's literally nothing but a skeleton left, which is quite the way to go, to say the least. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to start the investigation. And we're also going to do the trial tonight. Now, with this being the second trial, I'm going to assume that there's going to be some other mechanics that's going to be introduced in the trial. But we're going to go ahead and see how things go here. All right, yeah, so this is the aftermath right now. As far as a suspect goes, I'm not 100% sure who to suspect yet. Because Angie and Himiko were conducting the show. Kurumi, Kaito, and somebody else was helping set things up for the show. And I don't know if you noticed, but Maki is already gone. Like, Maki already dipped out. Like, she's not even going to be participating in this investigation. So, yeah. This is going to be interesting, to say the least. All right, so first things first, let's start with near the water tank. It's a large water tank from the escape trick. The glass is broken and it's in bad shape. Did you guys really need to break the glass? Everything's soaked now. Well, if we had left Ryoma's body there, we wouldn't have been able to investigate. I guess it would have taken way too long to just empty the whole tank with a bucket.
Okay.
It was a lot to clean up, but at least we can investigate the tank now. There might be a clue around here, so I should take a closer look. Yeah, you're right. Alright, so because we broke the glass, there isn't much of anything left in the tank. But I should investigate the area thoroughly. There's bound to be something. Alright, so handcuffs. Handcuffs. Why are there handcuffs here? Still locked, and there are small scratches on the handcuffs. The cuffs appear to be stainless steel, so it's not too hard to scratch. They must have been scraping against something hard or sharp. What are those? Handcuffs? Why are they in the tank? But I've never seen handcuffs in a warehouse. Where'd they come from? That's true. There weren't any in the warehouse, so where did they come from? So that's the first mystery. Who would have had handcuffs? If they weren't in the warehouse, another place that might have handcuffs is... Could it be he's a prisoner? Ryoma's lab wasn't just for the ultimate tennis pro, but also for the ultimate prisoner. Perhaps some element of that was in his lab as well. Alright, so that's a sign that we got to go investigate his lab, most likely. Bucket full of piranhas. Gonta said that he picked up all the piranhas and put them here. I can't believe Gonta would do that with his wait, yes I can. When I think that Ryoma is inside their stomachs, I don't feel like eating them. Why would you even consider eating them in the first place? Only the strong can survive in this world that Atua has created. Oh, Jesus, Angie. The least we can do is pray for Ryoma's soul so that he may enter Atua's kingdom. Can he really go there looking like this? Those piranhas sure were a miraculous mystery. Maybe Atua's behind those videos too. What are you talking about? I noticed it right as the show started. I feel like there are more piranhas today than yesterday when we were preparing. More piranhas? What, did they multiply overnight? There's no way they could reproduce that fast. But compared to yesterday, the piranhas looked super crammed into that tank. They look more crammed together. So somebody added more piranhas? The water was too murky, so I couldn't tell how many more piranhas were there. But anyway, it was super crammed. Super crammed. Jeez, we get it. More piranhas than yesterday. There might be something to that. That's an interesting little testimony there from Angie. Okay. The fragments of the broken glass water tank have been piled up. There are so many tiny pieces. Gonta and Tenko certainly didn't hold back when they threw Kibo at the glass. Yeah, that's true too. Poor Kibo got tossed in there for no reason. Alright, Ryoma's belongings. Ryoma's belongings are all gathered together. His clothes, his monopad, the key to his room. That's it. If we use his key, we can investigate Ryoma's room. What's in his room to investigate? The motive video. We should find out whose video Ryoma had. Then you think Ryoma was killed because of that video? No. I can't say for certain, but we should check just in case. Although he might have had my video. If that were the case, I might be a suspect. Well, no point in thinking about that now. It's a fair point. Ryoma's body. Ryoma's body is nothing more than a skeleton now, not even a shadow of what he was. What the heck is this? Hey, is this really Ryoma? I didn't see the moment it happened, so I can't believe it. I'm certain of it. Everyone watching the show witnessed it. We saw Ryoma become nothing but bones, because the piranhas all ate him. Shingo, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man?
Damn.
I can't believe he died in such a gruesome way. The water filled with blood so fast, we didn't see the whole thing, thankfully. But the skeleton is unmistakably Ryoma's. And remember, he didn't die that way. The Monokuma file said he drowned. So he was already dead before the piranhas ate him. Jeez, I know he wanted to die, but he didn't have to actually go and do it. Yeah, we just started a couple minutes ago, Shingo. Like, we're literally just starting the investigation now. No, I don't think that's right, Kaido. Ryoma wasn't trying to die. He said as much. He was jealous of us who wanted to live. Huh? What do you mean he was jealous? I'm positive that Ryoma wanted to join us. That's why he needed a reason to live. So that he could have the same feelings we do. So that he could have that reason to keep going. To fight alongside us. Then he was a real idiot. Who cares if you don't have a reason to live? Can't your reason for living be something simple like good food or your friends? Damn it, that idiot. Alright. Curtain. Is there anything suspicious about this curtain? It's been bothering me. What was that curtain for? It was in order to hide the water tank. When Himiko was performing her escape, this was closed to prevent us from seeing. Oh, so that's what it is. Then is it some kind of clue? I don't believe so. I don't see anything suspicious about it. Although I do have a feeling that curtain's going to come into play here. Alright, Alright, I don't think there's anything else to investigate with that. So we'll just back up. I think, oh, well, never mind. I guess there are things still to investigate here. Glass panel. There's a square of pane of glass at the bottom of the water tank. Oh, so maybe that's how Himiko escaped. It doesn't look like a broken piece. The other fragments are far more random than this. It's nearly impossible for the broken water tank to produce such a perfect square of glass. Then what exactly is this pane? Square pane has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. So I think that's how Himiko escaped the water tank. All right, let's talk with piranha tank up here. When I stood on stage and looked up, the piranha tank was directly overhead. It was set up so that the bottom would open when the timer had reached 0. The bottom is open now and the tank is empty. It doesn't look as though it has a lid. I can see the ceiling straight through. And only the front side of the glass and other sides are made of wood. So the piranha tank had no lid and only the front was made of glass.
Hey,
Oh yeah, that tank was from Himiko's research lab. Hey Kaito, you helped carry supplies for the show, right? Yeah, me, Kibo, Himiko, and Angie. It was a lot of work. But I just helped carry it. I wonder how they hung it from there. It was a heavy tank full of water piranhas. It couldn't have been easy to lift. It seems this is where the lighting baton for the gym is attached. Ah, Kurumi. The control panel on the side of the stage allows you to raise and lower the baton. It seems they lowered the baton, attached the piranha tank to it, then raised it again. I never knew lighting battens were sturdy enough to lift a tank like that. Since it was built to lift heavy objects, it is probably quite sturdy. Okay. So that takes care of that. Ladder here. There's a ladder here. I wonder if it was used to set up the show. Alright. Kurumi, let's see what she has to say.
Hey.
You were helping set up the show, right, Kurumi? Did you hear anything about the trick? No, I did not hear a word. Furthermore, my help consisted of sewing the banner and the curtains, so I do not know the details of her trick. I see. That's good to know there. My first command... Oh, jeez, yeah.
listen up.
No reason to talk to him right now. Alright, so here's the timer. This is the timer that was counting down the escape trick. I didn't realize it was also a timer to reveal Ryoma's body. Alright. What else could still be here? Oh, light panel. What is this? It is the control panel for the stage lights. It allows you to raise and lower the baton. Ah, I see. Anything else? Closed curtain up here. There's a curtain covering, but I believe there's a window on the other side. What's the matter? You want to check that window out? Yeah, but... Oh, it's too high up to reach, huh? Yeah, it is pretty high. Even higher than the piranha tank. Higher than the piranha tank? That's right. There was a ladder next to the stage. I'll go get it. Kaito quickly headed off the stage. He returned carrying the ladder that was set up beside the stage over his shoulder. But you know, shouldn't the sidekick be the one bringing the ladder?
Thank you.
Yeah, I suppose so. Thank you. After setting up the ladder on top of the stage, I climbed up the rungs.
You can just barely reach the window with this. And if you open the curtain... Oh, the window is open.
If the window's open, does that mean the culprit used it?
The culprit may have gone in and out through this window.
So what's on the other side of the window?
I can't see much, but I think it's the pool.
A pool, huh? I heard we had one here somewhere. All right, let's check it out later. The culprit probably went through there.
Oh, wait. What is this?
What's up?
Nothing. It just looks like marks on the window frame.
The window frame has distinct abrasions, perhaps scratched by something. This might be related to the case. I should remember it. I'm curious about that one. That's interesting.
Hey.
You done investigating a window? Then I'll go put the ladder back.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you, Kaito. Shouldn't a sidekick be doing this? He complained, but he still put the ladder back for me. I investigated everything I wanted to on the stage. We all done here? Then let's go. Yeah, okay. Alright, so now let's talk to everybody. Let's talk to Angie first. Ah, that's right. We need to ask Angie about the stage. Hey, Angie, I wanted to ask you some questions about the stage. Yep, I was in charge of all the art. I even built and painted the stage.
Then
Do you know anything about Himiko's trick, how it worked, perhaps? No, I don't know the trick. Himiko only said it was magic. I see. I suppose she didn't tell Angie that secret either. By the way, you asked other people to help you with the preparations, right? Yep, we started the prep work yesterday. Lots of people helped out. Like when we were moving the heavy tank and the stairs from Himiko's research lab. Me and Kibo helped with that. The tank had a pulley, but because it was so huge, it was still a lot of work. And I asked Kurumi to sew the curtains because I hate sewing. So basically, it's all thanks to Atua that the show was a success. No, it's because of all of us. Was it really a success? Not to mention that, you know, someone died. By the way, were the piranhas your idea? On its own, the Underwater Escape Act is no different than a normal magic show. I thought it would make the show more exciting and divine if we used piranhas. That's what Atua told me. Oh my god. So Atua gives you that kind of advice too, does he? And about the piranha tank and the timer. Those were from Himiko's lab, correct? Yep. According to the piranha tank's manual, it's synced up with the timer. When the timer goes off, the bottom of the piranha tank will open automatically. I see. That means most of the equipment came from Himiko's lab. And right when we finished the prep work, we're about to take a break. Gonta captured us, so we couldn't rehearse at all. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that whole scene with Gonta being manipulated by Kokichi, that little asshole. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Jeez.
When Gonta let us go, it was already nighttime, so we couldn't go back to the gym. Oh yeah, you can't enter the gym at nighttime. So we decided to come to the gym today before the morning announcement. Himiko and I were waiting for the gym to open. Oh, I was so relieved that the set was intact. So no one could have snuck into the gym before those two got there. What's up, Suichi? Are you worried because of this confusing incident? Don't worry, it'll be fine. Oh my gosh. What? Atua has spoken. You have nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about.
No.
Nothing can escape Atua's sight, not even the culprit. Atua is truly a divine force to be reckoned with. Angie's starting to sound more and more creepy. Yeah. She's starting to sound a tad interesting, to say the least. Alright, Himiko. You gotta spill the beans here. My magic was supposed to make everyone smile. Don't worry, everyone is smiling. No, they're not, Tenko. I don't... Himiko, if it's alright, are you ready to talk about your underwater escape trick? We need to understand how your trick works if we're going to solve this mystery.
What are you saying?
There's no trick to my underwater escape act. It was magic. You're still saying that. Do you understand the situation we're in? No matter how much you guys threaten me, my answer won't change. It was magic. What? Okay, your time's up. The Q&A session is now over. Unless you want to feel the full volcanic wrath of my Neo Aikido. Man, this guard is more strict than the security at idol events. Tenko is so damn annoying. Hey, Flimwad. Oh, God. Flimwad. Well, then. There's something I need you to tell me. That's not a very polite way to ask someone for something.
You know.
It's got nothing to do with the incident, but I heard Gonta captured you guys last night. The hell was that all about? I was running around, so I got no clue what happened.
Got it.
Oh, yeah, tell me too. I was also running, so I don't know what went on. How did Miyu escape from Gonta? She's not strong enough to fight him.
Why you?
Chop, chop, you slimy. Well, I suppose you could say that Gonta was tricked into kidnapping us. The first ones to get captured were Kibo, Kyo, Sumugi, Tenko, and I. Himiko and Angie were brought in here later. From the gym, right? Exactly. And Kokichi left the room after around 9 o'clock. So they must have been brought in about 5 minutes before that. We were all forced to participate in Gonta's insect meet and greet. We were freed about an hour into nighttime, around 11 p.m. So from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m., everyone there had an alibi. And then those people without an alibi are me, Kurumi, Maki, and Ryoma. I see you've learned what an alibi is thanks to the previous incident. But what the fuck is this insect meet and greet bullshit? Oh, by the way, Miyu, how were you able to get away from Gonta? Well, I had to use my secret woman weapon, and let's just leave it at that. Oh no. Secret woman weapon?
Wait.
Hey, what's a secret woman weapon? Oh my gosh. Is she trying to laugh it off? Suichi, let's just leave her be. Listening to her will just tire you out. Probably right. Perhaps it's better to get the truth out of her at the class trial. Oh no. Oh no. If that's going to be the case, that's going to be a wild... Oh boy. I can only imagine if that gets brought up into trial. Oh my goodness. Insect meet and greet has been added to the truth bullets section of your monopad. Tsumugi. If Himiko doesn't tell us how the trick works, we won't know how Ryoma was killed, right? But with the way she is, how do we convince her? Oh, what if Ryoma was a former apprentice of Himiko's master and vowed revenge on him? Don't think that's the case there, Tsumugi. And he murdered a lookalike of himself in order to sabotage your show. Or something like that. It's happened before, properly. No, I'll say definitely not. This little fucker. I'm glad Himiko made this game more difficult. Now I won't be nearly as bored. Of course he is, Jesus. Suichi's too pure to be talking to Miyu.
All right.
I don't know about that, but it's still, there's still funny interactions. Time to work hard to solve this murder. Get ready, culprit, because here I come. Jesus. Gonta. Gonta could have saved him. No, Gonta should have saved him.
What happened?
Gonta, what's wrong? When piranhas attacked Ryoma, if Gonta had dived into tank, then Gonta could have helped Ryoma, but Gonta got scared. Too scared to do anything.
Gonta, idiot.
Sorry, Gonta really sorry.
Come on.
A man shouldn't apologize so easily. And even if you had jumped in, they would have just eaten you too.
That's true.
And from what I read in the Monokuma file, you couldn't have saved him anyway, Gonta. Huh? Really? Does it say that in Monokuma file? You haven't read the Monokuma file yet? No, Gonta would not really understand it. Gonta not smart enough to be helped. What are you talking about? If you got time to apologize, you got time to read the file. And if you think that you can't help, then work till you can. That's what you can do. That's right, Gonta. You're a huge help. There's some information that only you know after all. Information only Gonta know? Remember, during the show, you went up on stage. That was about 20 seconds before the piranhas dropped, right? Yeah, because Gonta worry about Himiko. Did you see inside the tank? Did you see Himiko or Ryoma? No, Gonta see no one in tank. Gonta kinda surprised. Okay, so there's a part of this mystery that is now, I think, somewhat set here. So Angie went and said that it looked like there were more piranhas in the tank than normal because they looked crammed. Gonta just said when he went up to look at the tank that there was no one in the water tank already. So what that tells me is that after Ryoma died, the culprit actually threw him in the piranha tank. And that's why it looked more crammed and looked more murky. This is just what I'm thinking as far as like how this is going to develop, right? And when the piranha tank got dumped and everything, and they opened the curtain, they saw all the piranhas in there with Ryoma's body. So I'm thinking that's what happened as far as that aspect of this case. That's the only thing that would explain why the tank looked a lot more full, is because maybe Ryoma's body was placed in that piranha tank before it got dumped. At least that's what I'm thinking. That's the only explanation I can come up with for that. You can't do that. We're still in the middle of the show. But Gonto do nothing. Himiko get eaten by piranhas. Huh? But when the piranhas were dropped and the curtains opened, Ryoma was in the tank, right? Yeah, that right. Then when did Ryoma get in there? You didn't see it happen? Gonta don't know. Everyone see Ryoma in tank when piranhas drop in. After that, sorry, Gonta watch tank better. Like I said, man shouldn't apologize so easily. Yeah, you're right. But this is a problem. Now I'm even more stumped. Even if Himiko's disappearing was part of the underwater escape act, how did Ryoma get into the tank? Was that part of Himiko's trick? I'm positive that mystery will be an important point of this case. Gonta's account. Alright. Who else we gotta talk to? Kibo. Although there are many unknown variables, the first thing we need to make clear is, when was Ryoma murdered? Well, in the middle of the show, obviously. The culprit knew how Himiko's trick worked and took advantage of it to kill Ryoma. In other words, everyone watching the show isn't suspicious. Kaito, you didn't attend the show either, did you? No, but I'm still not suspicious. I forgot a promise, so I was just eating breakfast. You got it? I'm not suspicious. I do not understand how that explanation is supposed to convince me. Kibo does have a point. I never would have imagined such a cruel murder happening at such a fun show. Why did the culprit commit such a barbaric act? They wished to see us panic.
No.
I don't think that was the sole motivation. There was some other reason for it. And that reason must be related to Himiko's magic show somehow. So that means the culprit knew of Himiko's trick and made use of it, yes? If that's true, did Himiko tell someone who thinks the trick is actual magic?
Well,
Since the show was used, we must investigate the trick as well. Kyo murmured almost to himself, then he walked to the back of the stage. Is there anything to investigate backstage? Let's follow him. We should investigate the entire area anyway. We followed Kyo backstage. You got rope here. What the hell is rope for? This is a pretty long rope. What was this used for? I estimate it is roughly 65 feet in length. You can tell just by looking at it? I am well versed in ropes. I once visited a village where their use was commonplace. Oh. That didn't sound good. Their use? Oh. When it was time for me to leave, the women of the village all begged me to stay. I find that deeply disturbing, but I have to focus on this investigation. Anyway, what is this rope? Could this be related to the case? There's nothing strange about it from behind other than the large size. It's a normal tank. All sides of the tank seem to be made of a special type of glass. I see no hidden doors. Very mysterious. How, I wonder, did Himiko escape from the tank?
That's right.
Well, if we figured it out easily, it wouldn't be a magic trick. I believe that if we figure out the route Himiko took, we will discover how Ryoma got in there. That is true. There is a high probability that they used the same route. To reveal how Ryoma got into the tank, I need to reveal how Himiko managed to get out of it. The staircase goes up to the top of the stage. At first glance, there's nothing particularly suspicious about it. There might be some trick to it, but only a magician would know. Also, why does this wall look a little different color? Since the show was used for the murder, we must investigate Himiko's trick as well. Perhaps there are clues here. I don't think there's anything else to really look at. Oh, the puddle right here. What? There's a puddle behind the staircase. This isn't a puddle from when we broke the tank. The floor around it is completely dry. Perhaps someone who is wet was here doing something. Changing wet clothes? But how would you get from the water tank to this space behind the staircase?
Could it be?
This may be a vital clue for understanding how the underwater escape trick. What staircase has been added to the truth bullet section? So other things to investigate. What else is there to investigate? I know we just saw it, but the window was open, right? Yeah, and the pool's on the other side, isn't it? Let's go check it out later. The culprit must have gone in and out of the gym from there. And in addition to that, the window frame has distinct abrasions, perhaps scratched by something. That might be related to the case. I should remember it. So there's still some other things to investigate here. Stage, but I still don't know how the trick will perform. Hey, how long are you gonna investigate here? We still gotta find the culprit, you know? Come on, let's go. Wait, Kaido. I believe we've investigated everything we need to for now. Well, our investigation's over now, so who's the culprit? I can't say for certain yet. There are other places I need to investigate.
Come on.
What?
Man.
You still don't know? I never thought detective work would be such work. So where else do we gotta investigate? First, the pool next to the gym. They're connected by the window above the stage, so that needs to be looked at. After that, I want to go to Ryoma's room and find out which motive video he had. And then, I want to investigate the Ultimate Tennis Pros lab. I've deduced that the handcuffs we found in the water tank probably came from there. Is that everything? Last of all, to the Ultimate Magician's lab. I want to know more about Himiko's trick. If we go there, I'm sure there will be some kind of clue. So we still got a lot to do then, huh? Good luck, Suichi. After all, it's going to be you doing all the heavy lifting here.
You're right.
Right.
Don't screw
What do you mean? What do you mean, right? Are you saying I'm useless? Is there a right way to respond to that? All right. Well, let's go ahead and hit up the. They want to do the gym next, right? Or the pool, I mean. Yeah, poor Gonta. He does get easily manipulated, man. Alright, let's see. Heading to the pool. Inner tube, what the hell? There's an inner tube floating in the pool. It looks like a big, sturdy rubber one.
I see.
Let me guess, some idiots didn't clean up after themselves. Uh-oh. The Monocubs. Don't look at us. I don't like water. I prefer juice. We get heavier when our cotton absorbs water. It makes losing weight a nightmare. I want to play in the water with everyone. It sounds fun. You know, Monodam might be onto something. I kind of want to go in the pool now. Yeah, who cares about losing weight?
You stupid.
Idiots, we're not here to play. We're here to smack these bastards into the pits of hell. We're the Monocubs, the meanest, nastiest, cruelest mascots around.
Dumbass.
If you don't get it, I'll throw you into the pool myself. Please don't. Monosuke, please stop. Can't we all just get along?
What?
You saying that if we don't get along, I'll end up like Monokid? Silence. So then, it was one of us that put the inner tube there, not the Monocubs. Well, it doesn't matter. The inner tube probably isn't related to the case. Isn't related to the case. If we're just playing around, then why is a rope tied to it, and what could that be for? That is intriguing. Bits of fabric. Oh, there's something else floating in the pool. It looks like a little piece of fabric. It's just trash, right? Nothing to be worried about. We're looking for the culprit. We don't have time to pick up trash. Yes, but perhaps it's just my intuition, but it does bother me. I should learn to trust it sometimes. My intuition as the ultimate detective. Black piece of fabric has been added to the truth bullet section of the monopad. This building is the school building, so that must mean the window goes somewhere. Most of the windows are blocked off, but that one looks normal. What room has that window? That's a point of interest. It's a large diving board. It looks like something you find at a resort. Nothing about it has changed. You can see the gym's window over there. That's the window we investigated from on top of the stage in the gym. I mean, it's pretty high up. You wouldn't be able to reach it with just a ladder. I agree, the ladder only barely reached the window and it was on the stage. If that's the case, then it might have been hard for someone to have gone through there.
Okay.
You might be right. This doesn't look like a normal school pool, more like a resort. The pool is deep, but isn't filled all the way. Still plenty of water to swim in it. The water level hasn't changed, but I can see something floating in it. Yeah, we already looked at that stuff, though. Is there anything else? Uh-oh. Oh, no jumping into the pool, especially at nighttime. Whoa, where'd you come from? I mean, jumping itself is fine. If you want to jump in front of a car or a train, that's on you. But the pool is off limits at nighttime. See, no swimming at nighttime. That would be a violation, right? If anyone violates a school regulation, a campus-wide siren would blare. And then the person would be ripped apart by the exisals. You'd go that far? Well, so far the siren hasn't gone off, so no one's needed to be ripped apart. Yet. Oh, jeez. Since that's the case, can we assume no one was in the gym or pool at nighttime? Well, at the very least, no one alive. Okay, so that rules that out. No swimming at nighttime. That just might play into this case. Storage room door. This is the pool's equipment shed. I'll take a look just in case. What is that? An electric air pump? I see, you could easily fill a large inner tube with this. There doesn't seem to be anything else worth inspecting. Alright, so we found that. Hey Suichi, does this pool really have anything to do with the case? We got all psyched up about it, but it doesn't seem like there are any clues here. Well, that inner tube is still bothering me. I don't know what it tells us, but I feel like it's related to this case. But you know, if that inner tube is related to the case, the culprit is pretty careless. If it was related to the case, why didn't they clean it up? Just leaving it sitting out like that, don't you think that's straight up careless? No, even if they wanted to put it away, they couldn't. There's no pool or anything around here that you could use to get the inner tube.
Remember,
The water level is so low, you couldn't grab the tube, even if you did manage to bring it closer.
But you know,
Then why not just jump in and fish it out by hand? Oh, that's right, they couldn't get in the water. Couldn't get in the water. Yes, I suppose you could think of it that way. Well, we can't stay here forever, right? Let's go check out the other places. There's no time to waste. Isn't that right, Sidekick? Yeah, sure. All right. So that's all taken care of there. All right, so Ryoma's room next. Let's see what's in there. This is Ryoma's room, huh? So where's this video? I don't see it sitting out anywhere. Maybe you put it in the bookcase? Kaido opened all the drawers one by one, checking each of them. That's weird. I can't find it anywhere.
you're right.
I see, so we can't find it. That's all right. That's a clue in itself. Huh? What do you mean?
Hey.
You see, if we suppose the motive for the crime was the video, there's a high possibility that Ryoma had the culprit's motive video. If their motive video was left at the scene, they would be immediately suspicious. There's no reason the culprit would leave behind that kind of incriminating evidence. That's true.
Okay.
And the video is not in the room, which means... So it's just like we thought. That video was the motive.
Okay.
That's the best explanation I can think of.
that's my side.
No, Jesus. Oh, now he was thinking about that, though. What's the matter, Shuichi?
No.
Nothing. By the way, I was thinking, maybe we all should have watched those motive videos after all. Huh? They showed the most important people to us, right?
That's
So
right.
maybe we should have watched them without looking away from the truth. Oh, fair point.
I mean,
At the time, I agreed with Kibo, but after thinking about it, I changed my mind.
that's right.
And if we were worried about watching them alone, we could have just watched them together. Watch them together?
Got it.
Yeah, we should have gathered together and watched all the videos, share everybody's motives. Even if it's something you can't bear by yourself, it'd be possible with everyone. That's what cooperation is, right? That's what Kokichi was trying to do. Huh? Kokichi was trying to get us to participate in a motive video viewing party of sorts. That's why he forced us into the same room. Do you think that was his way of cooperating? Do you think the same way? No, if that's what he wanted, he could have just asked us. That's what a normal person would have done, but the thing is, he's not normal.
That's right.
Maybe he did want us to cooperate, but there's no way to know for sure. He'd never tell us. That's true. It's impossible to know what Kokichi is thinking. Yeah, that's been proven evident. No one knows what that dude has going through his head. But I suppose he could have been acting in our favor for once. Just like my room. Yeah, my closet's this like this too. It's packed with nothing but my uniforms. Really, it must be the same for everyone.
That's right.
There's no cubs pad here, so the culprit must have taken it. Alright, so now it's the heading to Himiko's lab. The magician lab. See what we can find. So this is Himiko's research lab? What were we going to investigate again? The trick that Himiko used in her magic show. I need to figure out how it worked. Well, you say that, but what if it was real magic with no tricks or mechanisms? Well, that would be a problem. But it's not just about the trick. I need to ask that guy some questions. Ah, shit. I need to ask him some questions. Not just, oh boy. Not. All right, let's see. What a huge saw. It's probably used for a saw and person and a half trick. Large water tank. It's a huge water tank. It looks like the one that was used in Himiko's show. It looks like the same tank Himiko used in the show. I guess this one was a backup. That's what Himiko told me and Kibo when we carried the tank out of here. Then perhaps if we investigate this tank, we can learn the secret of the trick. Encouraged, I began walking around the tank. I was looking for anything that could be a switch or mechanism. What's this? There's a segment of the tank near the top that opens up. But why open up there? Ah, wait. Perhaps it isn't random. This segment had to be open up here. Water tank. Okay. Water tank trick had been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. I'm sure there's like nothing else. Looks suspicious. Wait. Let's see. See what Samugi has to say. What are you doing here, Samugi? Oh, well, I'm investigating. I know I'm plain, but it's plain to see I'm investigating. Is that so? So did you find any clues? I'm still thinking about that. I don't think you can uncover clues just by thinking about them. No, in fact, I still haven't found anything. Then get to it. Looking around is how you find clues. But I think leaving that guy alone is just plain bad. Oh, yeah. Good point. Samugi gave Koikichi a meaningful glance. So I've decided to plainly keep an eye on him. It's actually a smart idea. That way even plain old me can help out. That's actually a smart idea. Hey, Suichi, did you want to ask me something? Okay. I'll tell you anything you want to know. You are my favorite after all. Oh, Jesus. When he says that, it sounds like he means the opposite. It makes me nervous. Hey. I do, actually. It's about when we were kidnapped by Gonta yesterday. You snuck into our rooms to steal our motive videos, right? But is that all you were doing? You came back pretty late. I see. You want to know my alibi for nighttime yesterday. That's a good question to ask. The gym is off limits during nighttime, so Ryoma was probably killed before or after, which makes nighttime yesterday so suspicious, since everyone was doing their own thing. Hey. And what were you doing then? It'd be easier if I just explained step by step what happened while I was out last night. After you regained consciousness, Shuichi, Gonta brought Himiko and Angie. That was about 5 minutes before 9 p.m. Right after that, I left Gonta's lab and headed toward the dorms. I thought I'd be back in an hour, the start of nighttime, but something happened. Something happened? Right when I got to the entrance hall, Kurumi spotted me. That was right after I left Gonta's lab, so it was around 9 p.m. She started throwing questions at me left and right, asking if I was up to no good. Then she started criticizing my behavior and lecturing me on my manners and relationships. Can you believe that? I mean, who does she think she is? My mom or something? Didn't you ask Kurumi to be your mom earlier? She just kept talking and then finally let me go at 10 p.m. when night rolled around. A whole hour? Well, only the first half hour was a lecture. Then we played tag for the other half. She was starting to bore me, so I turned around to leave, and then... Stop right there. Our conversation is not over yet. I don't gotta listen to you. You're not worthy of lecturing the ultimate supreme leader. Come on, Miss Maid. Catch me if you can. Is that a request? And then, I guess Kurumi decided to take tags super seriously. I tried my best, but in the end, she caught me a little before 10 p.m. Then she started lecturing me again and let me go when nighttime started. So do your alibis still hold up, even when she was chasing you around? We ran into each other a bunch of times, so yeah, they should hold up. Then from 9 p.m. until nighttime, Kokichi and Kurumi have alibis. After Kurumi let me go, I finally went to the dorms and collected everyone's videos. But by the time I returned to Gonta's lab, it was already 11 p.m. Then from 10 to 11, he doesn't have an alibi. Oh yeah, I did see something odd while Kurumi was lecturing me. Something odd? I saw a half-naked girl wandering around the courtyard in her underwear. It was too dark for me to make out who it was, but I saw her walk around for a bit. Oh. I think that's when Gonta was trying to capture Miyu, and that's when Gonta seen Miyu's secret woman weapon. So that tied in there. I wonder who it was. A girl in her underwear. What the hell is he talking about? Kokichi's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your monopod. By the way, you didn't get captured by Gonta yesterday, did you, Kaito? Where were you, and what were you doing? I was running around the whole time. I hid in bathrooms, bedrooms, all over the school. I see. Uh-huh. Wonder what Kokichi was just thinking in there. So poor Gonta must have got flustered. When he saw a half-naked Miyu. I'm gonna guess and venture that's what happened. Giggity. Jesus. Alright, so... where was... tennis player... tennis lab... bug lab... tennis lab was up here, 3rd floor, right? Yep. Wait until the trial. The Ultimate Tennis Pros Labs. If I'm right, then the handcuffs were found somewhere. Were found and the tank came from here. And if the handcuffs came from here, that means the culprit was here as well. They may have left a trace of evidence. The trim is a little different from when we were here before. It feels off.
What's the matter?
What's the matter, Suichi? Nothing. Anyway, let's figure out the handcuffs. We should take care of that problem first. Oh, the net's down. How's the net down? That's weird. There we go. Ultimate Prisoner Lab. Here it is. And there's a missing handcuffs there. This is the first time I've been in here. It's a shower room, but it feels less like the Ultimate Tennis Pros. And more like the Ultimate Prisoner's Lab.
Hey, so...
do you think it was made that way on purpose? Did they remodel the shower just for that?
Okay.
Yeah, I think they did. Jeez, Monokuma's got bad taste. Well, we already knew that. There they are, the handcuffs. Look, Kaito, handcuffs hanging on the wall. Oh yeah, they look like the ones that were in the tank. Or wait, are they the same? I think so. Here, look.
Remember.
See, one empty hook. The handcuffs we found must have been hung here. That means the culprit was definitely here. This is a pretty big stone sink. You could fill it up with a lot of water. What's this? Scratches on the stone, like something was scraped against it. You're right. What made them? These scratch marks are clearly not natural. They must have been made by some kind of metal. That is interesting. This window has no vines or barbed wire or bars blocking it. Could it be... There was that one window I could see from the pool area. This might be it. I'm going to open it and check. Oh, wow.
Just as I suspected.
Well, then.
The window you can see from the pool is the window to Ryoma's lab.
Third floor's high up, but if they aimed well, they could reach the pool. But Monokuma said you can't go in the pool at nighttime, right?
If anyone violates a school regulation, a campus-wide siren would blare, and then that person would be ripped apart by the exisals. You got that far? Well, so far the siren hasn't gone off, so no one's needed to be ripped apart. Yet. Because that hasn't happened yet, can we assume no one was in the gym or pool at nighttime? Well, at the very least, no one alive.
But you know,
Why did he say no one alive? I believe he was hinting that a dead person wouldn't be considered to be breaking the rules, which means it is possible that a dead body was in the gym or the pool at nighttime. So there's a chance Ryoma was carried to the gym after he was killed? But you know, there's no point carrying his body there if you can't even get in. I don't know if it's safe to say there was no point. Wait a second, what's this? Huh?
hey, so
Looks like there's weird scratches on the window frame. Yeah, it's as if something scraped against it. These marks are similar to the ones that were on the gym's window frame. I'm positive these marks aren't the result of opening and closing the window normally. These window frames are sturdy as well. The gym's window frame was the same way. It looks like it would hold, even with a lot of weight on it.
Shuichi,
Now you understand, right, Suichi? What? How amazing I am to have noticed such a super ultra important clue. It's all in a day's work for
luminary of the star.
Kaito Momoda, Luminary of the Stars. I mean, I found a pretty important clue too, but I won't say that. Alright, so... We came here to confirm my suspicion about the handcuffs found in the tank, but we found even more clues than I expected. Together with the fact that this was Ryoma's own lab, there are too many points of concern to be mere coincidence. It must be important evidence. It seems like you figured something out. You seem more confident. Alright then, on to the next place. There's no point staying here.
Okay.
Right. What was the next place I was gonna go?
Hey,
So where should we go? Oof.
Whoa.
As he came out of the shower room, Kato tripped and fell to the ground. The hell? Something caught my leg.
That's...
It looks like cable.
Ah,
Is this for a tennis net? Whoever left this here should have put it in the corner. Wait, the tennis net. I see, so that's why this room fell off. I should investigate this in detail. The reason I thought this room fell off was because of the net. When I came here last time, the tennis net was up. But now the cable has been removed. So like someone took the cable off? Why would they do that? Kaito, can you help me? I want to measure how long this cable is. No need, it's just about 50 feet long. What? Oh, I was in the tennis club till middle school, so I know how long the cable is. You were in the tennis club? That's why. It pissed me off so much that Ryoma was acting like that.
Hey.
Did you know Ryoma from before? I never met him, but I heard a lot about him. I mean, these days there's no one who's played tennis that hasn't heard of him. He's been a tennis legend since middle school. He was like a hero to every tennis kid. And then once I finally got to meet him, he became a coward. That pissed me off so much I ended up being too hard on him. But regretting now that now won't help. There's nothing I can do. So what's suspicious about the length of the cable? Did something about it bother you? No, nothing suspicious. Yeah, nothing specific. I was just checking. So detectives get bothered by small details, huh? Like an overbearing mother-in-law nitpicking a young wife. What is that analogy? Huh, okay. Alright, I've searched the whole area. I should move on to the next one. There are still other places to search. What's there left to search? Oh, is it Maki's lab up here? Oh, speaking of which. Oh, what are you doing here, Kurumi? We all agreed to investigate with at least one other person present, yes? As she spoke, she glanced toward Maki. Ah, so you're staying with Maki. That's good thinking. Hey, once we're done with the trial, can I get a massage? But of course, since you are here, Shuichi, may I ask you a question? The time of death was not provided, so I'm questioning everyone in order to determine it. When was the last time you saw Ryoma alive? Right before I was kidnapped by Gonta yesterday, around 6 in the evening. The last time I saw him was way before then. I didn't see him at all yesterday, actually. Then you are fine, Kaito. What's important is the last time someone witnessed him alive. The last time someone witnessed Ryoma alive. Gonta was the last one to see him alive at around 8 p.m. yesterday. Ryoma managed to avoid being captured by him by using his Shikuchi method. So Ryoma was still running around after I got captured.
Yes, of course.
Furthermore, 30 minutes earlier, Miyu saw Ryoma as she was fleeing from Gonta. In that case, Gonta's testimony is highly credible. Yes, we at least know that Ryoma was alive yesterday until around 8 p.m. Witnessing Ryoma. Alright. And then Maki here. Maki, what are you doing here? Earlier you said you weren't going to help us with the investigation. Were you serious about that?
So what?
It'll be fine, even if I don't help, right? You're the detective, not me. Or do you think you can't solve this case on your own? That's completely different. That's pretty harsh, but my sidekick is working his ass off.
Huh?
Got
Sidekick?
it.
Yep, Suichi's my sidekick now.
Hey,
Shouldn't it be the other way around? The dumb one should be the side... Wow, damn.
So,
The dumb one? I'm more of a scientist type of guy, so this stuff really isn't my thing.
well,
Wouldn't be a scientist be helpful for an investigation? More importantly, why have you been here the whole time? Is there a reason?
like I.
Why do you care? Because it's been bothering me. You've been in here ever since this room opened up. Almost as if you're keeping watch, making sure no one else enters. Is this an interrogation? No, that's not what I'm trying to do. I just want you to talk to me, Maki. If this has nothing to do with the case, please tell me so. It's true that you don't have to help us if you don't want to. But you should at least cooperate with our investigation. Because all of our lives are on the line. Even if I did cooperate, I wouldn't be any help. Mostly because I've been in here for the last several days. I've only gone back to my dorm at night to shower, including last night. Then I can ask you this. Did you see Gonta at all last night? Gonta was searching the grounds last night trying to capture all of us. How were you able to avoid being caught? Gonta did stop by, but I managed to chase him off somehow. All I did was tell him, if you lay a hand on me, you'll choke to death in your own tongue. That's all. Well, that's a scary look, too. Jesus. So Gonta got scared off by that? Well, I guess he would hold back against a girl. As I listened to Maki's testimony, a question grew in my mind. Why did Maki not want to leave so badly? What reason did she have for that? Are we done here? You're wasting your time talking to me. I don't know anything. Okay, I'm done here. Huh, you are? Well, her alibi is a little shaky, but I don't think she killed Ryoma. That's what my instincts are telling me.
hey, so
But if you remember anything, be sure to tell Shuichi, okay? He's my sidekick, you know? He's pretty good. In the end, the only thing we were able to get out of Maki was that she was here the whole time. But no one else can verify that testimony. That might be a problem later. Maki alone has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. Ah, shit. Here we go.
Already tired of investigating? Oh, you've been tired of it for a while now?
Damn.
Well, that's how it goes. Investigations aren't all that fun, you see.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a necessary step before we can move on to the main event. Kind of like searching the internet for that perfect porno video.
Oh my god. Ah. Well, then.
In fact, some people think the search is the best part. Weird, huh? Anyway, the class trial is starting soon. Please gather at the Shrine of Judgment in the courtyard.
Oh my god.
See you later.
Looks like it's time, bro. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, why do you look so worried now?
Don't worry.
Don't
about
worry, you can do it. I believe in you. Oh no. Why'd you have to say it like that? No. Kaido, why'd you have to say it like that, man? Why do you trust me, Kaido? There's a chance that I'm the
Idiots.
I believe in you because I want to. Do I need a reason other than that? What?
Huh?
Listen
Isn't
up.
that why you believed in Kaide? I mean, sure, I might get betrayed in the end, but if I worry about that, I won't be able to believe in the people I want to believe in.
Shuichi,
Suichi, we're still young. I can't die before I've had my first drink or gone to space. If you're not going to get yourself in gear now, then when? Now's all you got.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Kaido, I know.
keep your
Yeah,
chin
that's
up.
the expression I wanted to see. That's my sidekick. He's right. I just have to do it. I have to believe in myself. I have to believe that I can do this. I'm going to survive. We're going to survive together.
That's it.
Maybe I don't really understand it yet. Maybe I don't have a reason. I don't want to live. I want to die with everyone else. No, I want to live. I want to live a long life. I don't want to die. I can't die in a place like this. Never. Welp. Here we go. Heading down to Kaido again.
Don't worry about it.
So that's him saying just let's go to the Shrine of Judgment. Alright. These just got super ominous too. Oh boy, this is going to be interesting. Going to be a very interesting trial. I am not sure how this is going to go. Monokuma statue, Jesus. Is everyone ready? Not like we have choice, right? You're quick to understand. It's as though Monokuma has trained you. We got nothing to worry about, right, assholes? We'll figure out the culprit, won't we?
Don't worry.
Of course we don't need to worry. The top suspect is super obvious this time. Right, Himiko? How dare you bully Himiko, you degenerate? You want me to Aikido chop your head off, huh? That's not even Aikido anymore, is it?
Either way.
This matter will be discussed in due time. You should save your arguments until then.
That's right.
Yeah, let's put an end to this at the class trial.
You're
Yeah,
right.
you're right. Dude, chat with everyone one last time. See if anything else to say.
Certainly.
Himiko's so suspicious she's got to be a red herring, right? But I don't even know where to start unraveling the truth. I should have played more point-and-click adventure games. Kokichi. This case will be so easy, especially with how obvious the top suspect is. Right, Himiko? I hear males pick on girls they like to get their attention, which means Kokichi must like Himiko.
Oh?
Huh? How'd you know? Actually, why don't we focus on the class trial and save that conversation for later? This is turning out to be not so boring after all. Jesus. We have nothing to worry about. Atua sees all.
Watching over us.
His divine deduction will solve this mystery right away. Going to not want to suspect friends. Hey, Detective Dumbass. You pinpointed a possible culprit, right? Detective Dumbass. Suichi, before we head over there, let me give you some advice. Hero to sidekick. If you want to give up, wait until you've done everything you possibly can. Wait, no, that's still no good. Okay, I won't forgive you if you give up. You got it? Yeah, okay. Got it, Kaido. He's right, I can't give up. I made a promise to Kaede. The murder was also triggered by Monokuma's motive, was it not? Which means there's a reason the culprit was desperate to live, yes? And Ryoma, who became the victim, had no reason to live, correct? What are you implying?
If so...
You kill because you have no reason to have a reason to live. To die, you have no reason to live. Which I wonder is correct. Jeez. You're thinking too hard about it. Living things just gotta live. Anyway, no matter what happens to us, we gotta live. Right. Yeah, you don't really need a reason to live. That's just icing on the cake. A reason to live.
Well...
Sorry, but I don't know anything. If you think a child caregiver can help solve a murder case, then we're all in trouble.
Do you agree?
This matter will be discussed in due time. We should save our arguments till then. Oh, jeez. This whole thing is shaking like a big old... This whole thing is shaking like a big old vibrator. Jesus. Jesus, Miyu. Never change, Miyu. Himiko's scared, poor little thing. This vibration is perfect. This girl. Quit looking at Himiko like some kind of degenerate male. Oh my god. Himiko is not the culprit. No way, no how. I know Himiko better than anyone else. I know all her secrets. I know her gender, her hair color, even her height. No, those are secrets there, Tenko. God damn, she's so annoying. I did not calculate what we could gather here under these circumstances again. What would Kaede say if she saw us right now? You really had to bring that up too, bro? Alright. Ramble, 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 ramble. This is Monokuma as Urien, actually. I think Shingo, you were right about that. Urien's trying to copy Monokuma. The door appeared before us with pomp, as if sending heroes off to a war. After a pause, we all stepped toward the door. We were silent. All we could hear was our unsteady breathing. Just as we passed through the door, it started up again. Normally, I wouldn't mind the shaking, but I'm feeling especially sensitive to it now. Each of us felt that trembling through our entire bodies as we sank further still. Without sure footing, I'm positive I would have fallen as well. My breathing was becoming more ragged. My heart pounded harder and harder. Just when I thought I would pass out from the nerves, the elevator came to a stop. But this wasn't the end, no. It was only just the beginning. Welcome. You've hopelessly arrived once again. Did you want to come here again because of how wonderful it is? Isn't it wonderful? I put so much effort into building this place. It should be a monument. Actually, we're the ones who used the exisals to build this courtroom. But Father just took all the credit. But I am happy to be used as a slave by Father. You idiots are really committing to this henchman bit.
They're so cute.
Hey, guy. You guys are just so cute that I can't help working you to the bone. You put a lot of elaborate detail in this courtroom, almost like it's for a show. For show, huh? That's an interesting way to put it. Is this just for show? Are you showing this to people outside? And those people aren't with us, so you don't need to worry about them. Get it? They're not with us, as in they're no longer with us. You know what I mean? In other words, you 13 are the only ones left in the world. What? Now show me just how you intend to bargain for your lives. Oh my goodness. Then the class trial began. Ryoma Hoshi, the ultimate tennis pro. After falling from his former glory, he told us he had no reason to live. But even so, he said he wanted to fight beside us, to get out of here with us. For that, he was trying to find a reason to live. He might have been a little stern, but he wasn't a cold man at all. And the person who killed him is right here now. I want to believe that's a lie. I don't want to believe it at all. But if this is where I find the truth, I won't avert my eyes anymore. This is the wish she entrusted to me. I will find the truth to get out of here with everyone alive. I'm going to survive. I can't die here. In order to keep my promise to her, I will fight. I will fight for my life in this trial of truths and lies. All right. So, as typical, we'll save here. And then we're going to take a small break. And we're going to get ready for the class trial of Chapter 2 of Danganronpa 3. So, hang tight. Be back in just about 5 minutes or so. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Be right back. Sorry about that. Accidentally clicked the wrong scene there. That's all right, though. All right. Thank you guys for hanging through as we're about ready to start this bad boy up. All right. Let's see if there's any skills we can add here. Well, I don't have any more skill points to buy, honestly. Huh. Fragments and stuff like that. Downshift, upshift. Let's see. Yeah, I need a... I need to get some more friendship fragments to be able to get what we need. Which after I'm done finishing up with Miyu, I should be able to get some more. We'll be all right. All right, here we go. Let's view the truth bullets real quick. All right, Monokuma File 2. The victim is Ultimate Tennis Pro Ryoma Hoshi. The victim's body was discovered in the gym. The cause of death was drowning. Afterward, the victim's body was consumed by piranhas until only the bones remained. It's so gruesome. Scratch handcuffs. Locked handcuffs that were in the water tank for the Underwater Escape Act. Since it was made out of stainless steel, it was difficult to leave any marks, but small scratches were still visible. It seems to have been taken out of the shower room in the Ultimate Tennis Pro's lab. Cram piranhas. The piranhas that ate Ryoma. Before the magic show, Angie said it looked like there were more piranhas compared to when she prepared the show the night before. Squared glass pane. A square glass pane that was at the bottom of the piranha tank where Ryoma's body had appeared. The other bits of glass were shattered, but this pane remained perfectly square. Piranha tank. The water tank that had the piranhas inside. It was kept in the Ultimate Magician's lab and was carried over by Kaito, Kibo, Himiko, and Angie. During the magic show, it was hung over the water escape tank using the control panel for the stage lights. Only the front side was made out of glass. The other sides were made out of wood. It looked like there was no lid from the start. Marked window frame. The window frame of the top window in the gym, it had distinct abrasions as if it was scratched by something. There were the same distinct abrasions on the window frame of the Ultimate Tennis Pro's lab window. The window faced the pool and gym. Insect meet and greet. The night before, Shuichi and some of the others were forced to stay in the Ultimate Entomologist's lab by Gonta, who was tricked by Kokichi. Himiko and Angie were brought in 5 minutes to 9. Kokichi left the lab at 9 p.m. Shuichi and the others were forced to participate in the insect meet and greet until 11 p.m. So it shows all the times there and everything too. That's what that score is. Gonta's account. During the magic show and when the timer hit 20 seconds, Gonta went up on top of the stage. No one was in the tank during that time. Gonta didn't notice Ryoma inside the tank until after the piranhas were released. So again, that's telling me that Ryoma's body was in that tank with the piranhas. Wet staircase. Behind the stairs that led up to the stage, there was a puddle. The stairs themselves were not wet in certain places. It doesn't seem like the stairs could have gotten wet when the water tank broke. Black piece of fabric. A piece of fabric that was floating in the pool. At first glance, it looked like trash. Pool rules. Entering the pool is prohibited during nighttime. Water tank trick. A hatch near the top that opens the water escape tank. Kokichi's account. Immediately after Kokichi left the Ultimate Entomologist's lab at 9 last night, he was caught by Kurumi in the entrance hall. He stayed with her until 10 p.m. After, he went to the dorms and returned to the Ultimate Entomologist's lab at 11 p.m. Scratch sink. The sink in the Ultimate Tennis Pro's lab. It looked large enough to fill a good amount of water into it. There were small scratches on it, as if it was scraped by something. Tennis net cable. Found on the ground in the Ultimate Tennis Pro's lab. The tennis net cable was properly set up when Suichi came to the lab the first time around, but the wire had been taken out later. The wire is around 50 feet in length. Witnessing Ryoma. The last person who saw Ryoma was Gonta. It was around 8 p.m. last night. Miyu also saw Ryoma 30 minutes before that. Maki alone. Maki was standing guard in front of her lab last night. She stayed in her dorm room only during nighttime. Alright, so those are all of our truth bullets that we have. Alright, well here we go. It's now time to start the class trial of Chapter 2. A thin line divides heaven and hell. Who was it that murdered Ryoma? About to find that out now.
Now then, let's begin with the basic explanation of the class trial.
Oh no, there's even a little dead thing from Mono Kid. Jeez.
During the trial, you'll present your arguments for who the culprit is and vote for who done it. Vote correctly, and only the blackened will be punished. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will graduate from this academy. Also, refusing to vote will result in your death, so you better vote for someone. Now, let's get this crazy awesome to the max trial underway!
I think we all know who the most suspicious one is. It's...
Let's combine our power and work together, everyone.
Well then.
The person who's most suspicious is...
Now lend me your energy, everyone, so we can catch the culprit.
Because the murder happened during the magic show, the culprit can only be...
Yeah! I'm in top form
Oh
today.
boy. Here we go.
Tenko, why are you interrupting me? We can't have a good trial if you talk over me.
Huh? I'm not interrupting you.
Oh boy.
Whatever you have to say is probably worthless anyway, because all males want to talk about is S.
Oh my god.
Himiko seems suspicious.
What?
Hey! Angie, how can you accuse Himiko?
I didn't think it was going to be Angie that was going to be the one I was going to say it.
Aren't you her friend?
Oh boy.
I'm just telling you what Atua is telling me.
Oh boy.
He is using his divine knowledge to show us the way to survive. You should thank him, lest he pour his holy wrath upon you.
Oh no. Squidward, Angie's alive. She's a cinnamon roll, but yes, I kind of just, you fry short of a value mill. Just leave it at that.
Screw Atua! That guy's got nothing on me. I'll protect Himiko.
But it does point to Himiko being the most suspicious.
Ryoma died during Himiko's magic show. His body appearing in the water tank leads one to think the escape trick played a part. It's only natural we suspect Himiko. She was the one performing the trick.
No, that's wrong. The underwater trick.
Himiko, you gotta drop this. In order for them to figure this out, you gotta drop this act, girl.
It was magic.
Let me make sure the audio levels are fine real quick. For some reason, they sound low. No, they're the same. Alright, that's fine.
It's not the part you need to deny. You gotta tell us you're not the culprit.
Magic, huh? That's so cool. What a mysterious miracle. Now, did you kill Ryoma, Himiko? Atua will hear your confession.
Wow.
Stop it! There's no way any of that is true!
It's true, though. Himiko used the underwater escape trick to kill Ryoma.
Oh, boy.
But I still don't have a clue how Himiko did the trick.
But there's no trick. That really was magic.
God, Himiko.
You know, maybe it really was magic.
Oh, stop it. If you don't reveal your trick now, then we'll vote you as the culprit.
Stop picking on Himiko! A cute tiny flower like her couldn't kill
Oh my
anyone.
God, Tenko. Jesus.
I get that you want to defend her, but that might be a bit...
Yeah, no kidding. As I expected, the others suspect Himiko, but I have my doubts. I can't let this case get derailed by misunderstandings. I'm the ultimate detective, so it's up to me. Alright, so here we go. Non-stop debate. Our truth bullets that we have. Monokuma File 2, scratch handcuffs, square glass plane,
Atua has blessed me with an epiphany. The culprit used the underwater escape
and water tank trick.
to pull off a sneaky switcheroo with Ryoma.
After that, the time ran out. The tank above Ryoma opened and piranhas came pouring out. Ah, and he was eaten alive!
God.
Eaten to bone by piranhas. Savage way to go.
No, that's wrong. The underwater escape was no trick, it's magic.
Okay, so actually the lie is in Monokuma File 2. What did she say? Hold on, I gotta play through that entire thing. What the hell did
Atua
Miyu
has
say?
blessed me with an epiphany. The culprit used the underwater escape to Ryoma.
After that, the time... The Ryoma opened, piranhas came pouring out. Ah, and he was eaten alive!
Eaten to bone by
Piranhas.
savage way.
That's wrong. The underwater escape was no trick, it's magic.
We heard you the first time, Titless. No offense.
Wow. Why did she have to insult like that? Come on now.
Atua has blessed me with an epiphany. The culprit used the underwater escape trick to pull off a sneaky switcheroo with Ryoma.
After that, the time ran out.
Alright.
The tank above Ryoma and piranhas came pouring out. Ah, was eaten alive!
That's wrong!
Yeah, Monokuma File said that he had drowned.
No, Ryoma's death was not caused by the piranhas. The Monokuma file indicates the cause of death is drowning.
So it wasn't the piranhas then. It was drowned.
Ooh, I see. I haven't checked the Monokuma file yet, so that's...
Oh, Jesus. Fucking Kokichi. God damn it. This little fucker is such an instigator, man. My God.
You lying little brat! Telling lies is what turns you into a degenerate
And
male.
Tenko, you just need to not talk anymore. At all.
So what? Ryoma drowned, Himiko changed places with him, and then the piranhas ate him, right?
No, it didn't work out that way.
No, Himiko only had 60 seconds to escape from the tank.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they changed places at the start of the show, that's insufficient time to drown someone.
If that is the case, then when did he drown?
That's the question. When did Ryoma drown? It was obviously before the show started.
That's it! Ryoma was already drowned before the show started.
Agreed. Before being eaten by the piranhas, he made no attempt to escape the water. To be precise, he made no movements whatsoever. Yes. By that point, he had already joined the ranks of the dead.
Could that mean his body was hidden until the culprit made it appear in the tank?
Hidden? Where?
The culprit would have had to hide the body near the tank and then show it during the act.
Easier said than done.
Was there a place on stage where the culprit could have hid the body?
In the piranha tank.
Oh wait! Himiko should know since she performed the underwater escape trick.
Himiko, why won't you just explain it to us?
Cause it's magic.
Oh my god.
No, maybe it really was
No,
magic.
Gonta.
Shut
No,
up.
Jesus.
Himiko is committed to her act, but those who deal in dreams are oft liars.
Why is everyone still picking on Himiko? You're all worse than a drunk dad's ramblings.
We should let him vent. After all, it's tough being the man of the
Well then.
Man, we gotta figure out how the trick works to find where the body was hidden.
But Himiko does not wish to tell us how she performed her act.
Yep.
Then let's work together to reveal the secret behind Himiko's trick!
So, not real magic?
No, not real magic, Gonta.
No, it was real magic.
Oh Jesus.
Magic. Magic.
Oh my god.
No! It's Himiko's curse! Her curses are really powerful!
Okay.
Aren't incantations usually more, complicated than that?
Anyway, we first need to determine how Himiko performed the trick. If we can't figure that out, this case is going nowhere. Scratch handcuffs, cram piranhas, Gonta's account, water tank trick.
How did Himiko escape the water tank?
Maybe she just climbed out and no one noticed.
Nah, she definitely would have been caught.
Perhaps the mechanism was set up on the stage.
The curtain covering the tank was certainly suspicious.
What about that square pane of glass we found in the tank?
Maybe the tank had a secret hatch.
I agree! Maki is correct. There was an escape hatch on that tank.
I see. So it did happen.
It did. Good call, Maki.
That's right. I discovered a similar tank in Himiko's lab. There was a panel on the side that could open. That was her escape.
Mind over
Oh,
strength!
Jesus. Why do we have to do an argument with fucking Tenko?
Your logic is all wrong, Shuichi.
This is definitely the worst part of the game. We actually have to do a showdown rebuttal against Tenko. This is going to be the worst part of this game. God damn it.
What do you mean?
And you don't even know why you're wrong either. Typical degenerate male. I'll smash in your face with my fists of hot burning steel!
She is the worst. She might be the worst character in the Danganronpa series. Piranha's prawn tank. What staircase?
The side of the tank being open doesn't have anything to do with Himiko's escape. She didn't use an escape hatch. I know she didn't do that. And now, I'm gonna punch you!
Wait a second. Before you punch me, what makes you so sure she didn't?
Because if she escaped from a hatch in the tank, the water would have gushed out with her. There would have been water everywhere. That wouldn't be magical at all. The whole trick would be ruined. With that out of the way, I'm gonna punch you! Because if she escaped from a hatch in the tank, the water would have gushed out with her. There would have been water everywhere.
I'll cut through your words.
She's easily for you, Squidward. That's good to know. If a character isn't likable, at least they usually make things interesting in the game. That's the thing, though. She doesn't. Like, she doesn't really add anything. As of right now, like, she adds absolutely nothing other than just irritation. At least Kokichi, is annoying as he is and everything, he does make things interesting. But she doesn't add anything at all. There was a reason the room wasn't flooded with water. The staircase
that was
yep.
attached to the water tank.
Yeah, exactly, Squidward. I see why we're on the same page, man. I see why I like you.
Try to remember how the staircase was positioned. It was aligned perfectly with the tank's escape hatch.
That emote's awesome.
Meaning, the water tank was connected to the inside of the staircase. Inside staircase? His body was in stairs?
No, that's not the case.
Knowing that, it's clear how Himiko made her escape from underwater. There was a curtain covering the tank during the performance, allowing Himiko to enter the staircase from the hatch undetected. Any water that spilled out would have simply funneled into the staircase.
So how do you get out from the staircase?
Oh, now you want to know.
The staircase also has an escape hatch, one facing away from us. It's placed so that the water would not drain from the staircase.
In which case, a person could exit and leave water inside the staircase.
However, that person would be soaked, meaning that some trace should be left.
Which is the water right outside of it.
That would explain why there was a puddle around the stairs.
So when Himiko came out from the stairs, her wet clothes dripped water all over.
Ha ha, bitch! Caught you soaking wet and red-handed!
Well, then. Cheers to you, Miyu. Oh no. She's gonna be upset because her trick was discovered.
Judging from Himiko's reaction, you hit it right on the bullseye.
But Himiko's clothes should have been wet when she left the water tank.
Behold the magnificent underwater escape.
Her clothes were definitely not wet.
Of course. that's because my underwater escape wasn't a trick. It was magic.
God. No, magic had nothing to do with why her clothes weren't wet.
That's it! It's because she changed her uniform.
Hmm?
The dormitory is stocked with uniforms. Did you hide one behind the stage in advance?
Just give it up, Himiko.
I remember seeing Himiko go to the gym this morning, carrying a uniform and a towel.
There we go.
Ah! Why would you say that?
I see. She had a towel too. She may not have had time to fully dry her hair. But her short hair and hat ensured we were none the wiser.
Mm-hmm.
Himiko can't get wet, because her body repels
Oh
water.
my god.
Huh? Like a...
Thank you, Samugi.
Himiko, come on. Give it up
Yeah,
already.
just give it up, Himiko, please.
Fine. You win. It's just like you said. The water tank and staircase both have mechanisms.
So I was correct.
You were.
But that doesn't mean I used
You.
them.
Oh my god. So just.
I didn't need them, because I used my magic.
All right.
Again with the magic crap. Were you dropped on your head as a kid?
Now that we understand how the trick was performed,
Yeah. Let's just move on from it. Like, it's.
Yes, let us proceed. Where did the culprit hide Ryoma's body?
In the piranha tank.
From our discussion earlier, his body could have been in the space inside the staircase.
But that's where Himiko would escape from, right?
Right.
So Himiko went in the stairs with the body? What kind of kinky shit is she into?
That seems unlikely. There isn't enough space for two people to
Right.
fit.
Yeah, the stairs are pretty cramped. It'd be hard to fit even Ryoma and Himiko.
Right.
Who says they went in together? She could have made the switch as she was leaving the
No,
tank.
it's not possible.
At the same time, she could have pulled out the body from inside the stairs.
No.
That way, she'd have room to put herself in there. See how easy that is? I think that explains how Himiko changed places with Ryoma's body.
No. I don't think that's it.
Wait a minute! Why did you automatically assume it was Himiko?
Who else but Himiko could have done it?
Angie, you spent more time with Himiko than any of us, so why are you accusing her?
You may think you're protecting Himiko, but what if she really is the culprit? We'll all die, and it will be all your fault. Atua will lose precious devotees.
Gosh.
Are you okay with that, Tenko?
I'm totally fine with that.
Whoa.
I don't care what anyone says. Himiko would never murder someone. That's what I believe more than anything. I want to believe in her, no matter what. If I can't do that, then I'd rather just die.
Oh my gosh.
So until this body takes its final breath, I'm gonna keep believing in Himiko.
Another non-stop debate.
The only one who could have switched out Ryoma's body is Himiko herself.
when Himiko was escaping the tank, she dragged out the body hidden in the stairs. And simply switched places with it.
Are you telling me you saw that happen?
No one could have seen that. It would have occurred in the middle of the show, when the tank was covered with a curtain.
So basically, no one saw anything.
I didn't do it, I swear. Ryoma's corpse wasn't in the staircase.
Quit lying, you donkey-lipped con artist! She's not lying! She's not a con artist, and she doesn't have donkey lips!
Is it possible that Himiko and Ryoma switched places in the water? But I feel like I'm forgetting an important point. Gonta said he didn't see anything.
Who could have switched out Ryoma's body is Himiko herself.
No, Gonta said that there was
When Himiko was escaping the tank,
Gonta's account.
she dragged out the body hidden in the stairs
Objection. Wrong type of objection.
and simply switched places with it.
Are you telling me you saw that happen?
No one could have seen that. It would have occurred in the middle of the show,
Gonta saw it.
when the tank was covered with a curtain.
So basically, no one's.
That's wrong!
Gonta's account. Gonta said he didn't see anyone in the tank.
Someone did see inside the tank. It was Gonta.
Because he hopped up there in the middle of the show with like 20 seconds left, and he said he didn't see anyone in there.
Gonta had climbed onto the stage and was looking into the tank from above.
Correct.
Isn't that right, Gonta?
Yeah, Gonta saw down into tank, but saw no one in there.
No one was in there?
Yeah, no one. Guess that clue no good, huh?
No, that's actually a great clue. Because if Ryoma's body was hidden inside the staircase, Himiko would have had to pull him out before she went inside.
Correct.
There certainly wasn't enough room in the staircase for both of them. But that means if the tank was empty when Gonta looked, Ryoma's body must not have been hidden in the staircase.
What if they squeezed into that space with Ryoma's body to avoid getting caught?
She had no need to worry about us witnessing her at that point. For the entire stage was hidden behind a curtain. To all but Gonta, anyway.
Correct. Yep.
Then the culprit never would have considered hiding inside the staircase with the body. Entering the staircase after moving the body is much faster, and seems more rational too.
Then Ryoma's body wasn't hidden in the stairs?
No, it was hidden in the piranha tank. That's where it was hidden.
Someone better say where the fucking body was hidden, or I'm gonna start cutting
Oh,
throats.
damn. Miyu. Where was Ruban hidden? We need to pin that down. It's clear that it was not inside the staircase, but where? It's in the piranha tank. I'm telling you, it's in the piranha tank.
Where were you hiding Ryoma's body?
It wasn't really in the stairs, was it?
After all, there was only enough space for Himiko.
Well, how about behind the curtain?
If there was a way to enter the tank from there, then it would be plausible.
Or maybe the body was in the tank all along, but we just couldn't see it.
Impossible. You'd need top-notch visual effects to pull that off.
And what of the tank containing the piranhas?
No way! If you put a body in there, the piranhas would have eaten it way before we saw it.
But if the body and piranhas were separated, then it wouldn't have been devoured, correct?
Oh.
Where were you hiding Ryoma's body?
The square glass plane.
It wasn't really in the stairs.
After all, there was only enough space
For Himiko.
The tank from there.
Maybe the body.
You'd need top-notch visual effects to pull that off.
And the tank containing the piranhas.
The piranhas would have eaten it way before we saw it.
The body.
I agree.
That glass pane was separating the piranhas and the body.
Theo's hypothesis is correct. The body and the piranhas were separated.
And that's why they also looked like they were super crammed.
This was accomplished using the square glass pane found in the tank.
Mm-hmm.
Just as I thought.
Using that glass pane as a divider, a safe space could be created in the tank. It is in such a space that the body could be stored, separated from the piranhas.
That's why.
That means Ryoma's body was hidden in the piranha tank the whole time!
So Ryoma's body fell into the water tank with the piranhas?
That's exactly what happened.
Gonta knew it!
What is it, Gonta?
Gonta was above stage when piranhas fall. That's why Gonta sees something no one else could. When piranhas fell, Gonta sees some big thing fall into water tank with them.
Right when the timer hit 0, the buzzer went off. And then... the bottom of the tank was suspended. The bottom of the suspended tank swung open. And the murky water and shadowy shapes inside fell straight into the water tank Himiko was swimming in. Huh?
No, now that Gonta think about it, Gonta maybe see Ryoma's body.
Mm-hmm.
When the piranhas dropped from the tank, I thought I saw something bigger drop as well. The water tank on the bottom is made completely out of glass, correct? You can see what is happening through the glass. Can you really hide a body in the tank?
Even in murky water, a dead body would still be visible in a glass tank.
Unless a certain something was used to obscure the body.
A certain something?
We all agree that the glass pane was used to separate the body from the piranhas, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that method has the added benefit of hiding the body from view.
How could you hide a body like that?
How was the culprit able to conceal the body in the piranha tank?
This is it!
The piranhas were crammed.
It was the piranhas. The piranhas were obscuring the body.
Huh? The piranhas?
That's right. Remember what Angie said during the investigation?
I noticed it right as the show started. I feel like there are more piranhas today than yesterday when we were preparing.
They increased that significantly? I didn't know piranhas fuck like rabbits.
No, me, you. That wasn't it.
It seemed that way, but it wasn't that the actual number of piranhas increased. The glass pane divided the tank nearly in half, right? The piranhas got crowded together, making it look like there were more of them.
Mm-hmm.
The more densely the piranhas are packed, the harder it is to see past them.
Because of that, it was difficult to see the body hidden in the tank.
That glass pane was the lid from the piranha tank. It was really easy to detach that lid. So no wonder they used it as a divider.
Oh.
Hey, thanks for telling us that useless detail.
What the heck are you saying? That detail was super useful! Sure, the lid looks a little big, but if you set it diagonally, it would fit perfectly. Nice job, Himiko! Your explanation was
Oh
awesome.
my god.
This much evidence, it seems like the body was definitely in the piranha
Yep.
tank.
And that's kind of what I thought when everything was being all said and done.
Congrats, Himiko! Now there should be no reason for anyone to suspect you.
Really?
Yeah, because if you didn't switch places with the body, then you couldn't have killed him.
It only means we now have other suspects. You are not cleared of suspicion just yet.
Right.
Okay, but still, that's way
No.
better.
That's wonderful news, Himiko. Atua is happy for
You tried to throw her under the bus, Angie.
Apologize, Angie. You and your Atua better tell Himiko you're sorry right now.
Atua is sleeping. He went to bed angry because you all doubted him.
What a petty ass guy.
God.
No, it's okay. We shouldn't be mad at Angie. We should be mad at this class trial, at this killing game.
Her point.
Oh, Himiko! Bless your sweet, kind heart.
Himiko's got a point.
That's what Atua said anyway.
Oh my gosh.
What?
It's too bad that the handsome god went to bed angry, though.
Himiko's still brainwashed.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm not giving up just yet. This is gonna be a breeze.
Enko, Jesus Christ, shut up.
Great. Now what are we gonna do? We're back to square one.
And why are we back to square one?
Because any of us could still be the culprit. Jeez! You flunked out of Tard School or something?
Damn. Oh my gosh.
Nuh-uh. Not everyone. We can narrow it down to whoever doesn't have an alibi yet.
Eh? What alibi?
Uh-oh.
I guess I should have known a dumb whore pig like you wouldn't understand. So let me explain.
Wow. Well then.
Who you calling a dumb pig?
Well, she totally didn't.
If there's this much evidence, then there's no mistake the body was hidden in the piranha tank. But for someone to plant the body in there with such limited time is pretty tricky.
Yeah, it brings it. Yeah, it's a fair point, actually. There's only one time the culprit could have set up the scene. Could be. Then yesterday during nighttime? Wrong answer. Okay, so it wasn't that. It was. Would have been.
Oh no!
Oh, so it was well before then. It was well before then. Yesterday before nighttime. Yeah, well before then. Okay. Oh yeah, the Smash Direct definitely did draw some ire, to say the least.
Ding, ding, ding! The ultimate detective gets it right again!
Wait. How do you know it was before nighttime yesterday?
Stop asking me dumbass questions. It could have been solved with the process of elimination. Jeez. Fine. I'll explain it to the itty-bitty pea-brained bitchlet.
Wow. Well then. Bitchlet?
First, the gym was closed during nighttime, so no one could have entered.
Right.
If you try to enter the gym at night, it'll go off.
You talking about my butthole? No, she means the alarm.
After nighttime passed, morning came. But hiding the body before the show was...
Impossible! Himiko and I were waiting in front of the gym before the morning announcement.
That's right.
Which leaves only one possibility. It was done before nighttime yesterday.
Right.
Anyone who doesn't get this is just as stupid as the whore bitchlet over
God
there.
damn, Kokichi. Jeez. Chill, dude.
So the culprit placed Ryoma's corpse in the piranha tank before nighttime yesterday?
Who could have been though?
Which means he was also killed during that time frame.
Mm-hmm.
Yay! Now we know what time the crime happened, right?
I still don't really get it, though. Can we narrow down the time of death a bit more?
I'm sure we can narrow it down more if we consider the source of the information. Insect meet and greet. It wasn't that one. Okay. Kichi's account.
Oh no!
Wasn't that one? All right, hold on a minute. Was it? Witnessing oh, both of these.
This
Yeah.
is it!
Gonta and Miyu.
If we can find out who last saw Ryoma alive, we can narrow down the time of death.
Oh boy. They're gonna bring this up.
Hirumi, you were asking everyone when they had last seen him, right?
Yes, Gonta was the last person who saw Ryoma.
Mm-hmm.
What? Really?
And when was the last time Gonta saw Ryoma?
When Gonta was inviting everyone to insect meet and greet, so... Gonta think that was maybe 8 p.m.?
If he was last seen at 8 p.m. and was killed before nighttime officially began,
then we can assume the crime took place between 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock at night.
So all we must do is find someone with no alibi for that time period, yes?
Hmm.
Simple enough. After all, most of us were detained by Gonta then.
It's true.
If I recall correctly, the only people that weren't there besides Ryoma...
That would be the four of us. Myself, Kaito, you, and also Maki.
Well, Kirumi, you would tell the truth, even if it screwed you over.
Well then. Ryoma was the one that died.
It is my duty to unveil the truth, so I do not care if people suspect me.
Ah, beautiful! Your spirit of self-sacrifice is just too beautiful!
Oh my god, please.
I will also say this. The crime took place between 8 and 10 o'clock at night, and I was at the gym during that time.
Hmm.
But I was only there for about 5 minutes.
Why would you even say that, though? You're tying a noose around your neck, you know.
I don't care if it was 5 seconds. It's way too suspicious that you were alone in the gym. I think the cleaning lady here is the culprit. You killed Ryoma, didn't you?
She did.
It is too soon to tell. We should hear what everyone has to say, right?
Right.
Fuck that noise!
but Miu, you don't have an alibi for when the crime occurred either, do you?
Think I'm suspicious? I don't
Okay, Miyu.
Doesn't telling such obvious lies make you more
Yeah.
suspicious, Mew?
You do know where the gym is.
The other two without alibis are Kaito and Maki. Let us hear your testimonies.
I was in my research lab the whole time. I didn't go to the gym.
But that cannot be proven, can it?
What about Kaito? Only murderers grow out creepy facial hair like mustaches and goatees.
Oh my gosh.
What? My goatee's not creepy. It gives me a glamorous celebrity
Oh
vibe.
my gosh. Not like this.
Anyway, among those four, the culprit must be the one who doesn't have an alibi.
I apologize, but given the circumstances, we have no choice but to suspect you.
Suspect who? Who's the culprit?
Wait up! Why are you guys suspicious of me? I've been helping the whole time!
Oh, wait. I remember now. I do have an alibi.
You will see whether or not I am suspicious as the trial progresses.
Oh, it's gonna do this thing again.
No way I'm the culprit!
Alright, yep. This is, to me, this is one of the coolest... Yep, the mass panic debate is gonna start. Yep. So this is one of the coolest aspects of this game. And, like, as far as, like, a production value goes with the two, I really like what they did with this. Like, the sound mixing they did with this was so awesome, too. Because, like, you literally have to, like, zero in to hear what people are saying. Like, you really have to concentrate. It's a really, really cool aspect that they did with this game. The mass panic debate this time around will have loud voice dialogue. When one of your opponents shouts their opinion in a loud voice, that blocks out everyone's arguments. Even if you see a weak spot, you can't refute it. Oh no, what do I do then? That's what you're thinking, right? Luckily, it's just like white noise. Shut them up with the X button silencer. After that, all the arguments will be audible again. Then you just shoot the truth bullet at the weak spot. You know the drill.
I'm running away from Gonta!
What is your alibi?
Tried hiding in the classroom.
When I was running from
I even tried hiding in the girls' bathroom.
things got a little heated to catch my drift. Nothing felt perfect.
What's Monkey's alibi?
Then right before nighttime, I got tired and fell asleep.
Did you really leave the gym at 9 p.m.?
I was
Are
in my
you
research
sure
lab
you
the
did
whole
not
time.
stay at the gym?
No, in my own room. Jeez.
I need to sort everyone's state. It's just like Kaede did. I need to calm down, focus at one at a time.
I was
I
only
was
alone in
running
the gym
away
for
from
about
Gonta.
What is your
Tried
alibi?
hiding in the classroom.
When I was running from
I even
Gonta,
tried hiding in the girls' bathroom.
things got a little heated to catch
Until
my
they
drift.
left the
Nothing felt perfect.
What's Monkey's alibi?
Then right before nighttime, I got tired and fell asleep.
Did you really leave the gym at 9 p.m.? Are you sure you did not stay at the gym?
No, in my own room. Jeez. I was running away from Gonta.
What is your
Tried
alibi?
hiding in the classroom.
When I was running from
I even
Gonta,
tried hiding in the girls' bathroom.
things got a little heated to catch my drift. Nothing felt perfect.
What's Monkey's alibi?
Then right before nighttime, I got tired and fell asleep.
Did you really leave the gym at 9 p.m.? Are you sure you did not stay at the gym?
No, in my own room. Jeez.
I need to sort out everyone's statements just like Kaede did. I need to calm down, focus one at a time.
I was running away from Gonta.
What is your
Tried
alibi?
hiding in the classroom.
When I was running from
I even
Gonta,
tried hiding in the girls' bathroom.
things got a little heated to catch
Until
my
they
drift.
left the
Nothing felt perfect.
What's Monkey's alibi?
Then right before nighttime, I got tired and fell asleep.
Did you really leave the gym at 9 p.m.? Are you sure you did not stay at the gym?
No, in my own room. Jeez.
Alright, hold on a sec. Maki alone. Maki was standing in guard. Okay, yeah, so that's something. Witnessing Ryoma was the other one. The last person who saw Ryoma was it. So, Kokichi's account. Immediately after Kokichi left the Ultimate in Thomas's lab at 9 last night, he was caught by Kurumi in the entrance hall. Okay, so that's the one I need to use, Kokichi's account.
Try hiding in the classroom. Hiding in the girls' bathroom.
Things got a little heated if you catch my drift. What's Monkey's alibi?
Then right before nighttime, I got tired and fell asleep.
Did you really leave the gym at 9 p.m.? Are you sure you did not stay at the gym?
No, in my own room.
Yep, that's what it was.
I heard it.
There it was right there. Yeah, Kokichi's account. That proves Kurumi's fine.
No, I think Hirumi is telling the truth. Kokichi's story proves it.
Right when I got to the entrance hall, Kurumi spotted me. That was right after I left Gonta's lab, so it was around 9 p.m. She started throwing questions at me left and right, asking if I was up to no good. Yeah, I remember that whole deal. She just kept talking, and then finally let me go at 10 p.m. when nighttime rolled around. A whole hour? Well, only the first half hour was a lecture. Then we played tag for the other half.
Kokichi met Kirumi at 9 p.m., and they were together until nighttime.
Right.
Gonta went to the gym to catch Himiko and Angie 5 minutes before 9 o'clock. After I left Gonta's lab, I ran into Kirumi. I'm pretty sure Kirumi stayed at the gym 5 minutes till 9 o'clock.
This information could have been told to us beforehand.
Sorry, forgot. I definitely didn't keep it a secret to make the trial more interesting.
Oh, jeez, yes you did.
Forgot? It seems far more plausible that you were telling another lie.
Unlike robots, we meatbags can't pull out our memories from our hard drive.
Was that supposed to offend me? Your irrationality fills me with pity.
If I am the culprit, that would mean I killed Ryoma within 5 minutes.
Right.
Transported him to the gym, and hid him in the piranha tank. This seems highly unlikely.
If you called Ryoma out to the gym and killed him there, you wouldn't need to move him. All you would have to do is hide him in the piranha tank.
Gonta was in the midst of heading to the gym to capture Angie. Are you claiming I took advantage of that and called Ryoma for a rendezvous at the gym?
That'd be pretty difficult. We should probably look at other possibilities.
Yeah.
Maybe someone snuck into the gym while Kirumi and I were busy
No.
talking.
The only ones capable of that are the other three with no alibis.
Mew, Kaito, and Maki! Ah, you're including me too?
Oh, no.
But there's actually one person we can rule out of the suspects list.
Right? There's one person who's totally not suspicious. Say who it is already.
One person can be eliminated as, according to Kokichi. He must be talking about the figure he saw. They certainly would have an alibi. We need to pinpoint who that was. The key to the fact lies in Kokichi, Gonta, and Miyu's statements. According to what we know, that figure Kokichi must have saw was Miyu.
That's it! Kokichi, you're talking about Mew, right?
Mm-hmm.
What? You?
Yeah, you can take her off the list. She actually has an alibi.
Oh, no.
Booyah! Suck it, nerds!
Wait a sec. Since when does she have an alibi?
Oh, we're about to find out.
If you compare everyone's statements, there's no other possibility.
Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, I did see something odd while Kurumi was lecturing me. Something odd? I saw a half-naked girl wandering around the courtyard in her underwear. It was too dark for me to make out who it was, but I saw her walk around for a bit.
A girl walking around half naked?
Who else could it be but the horny exhibitionist Mew?
We can't just jump to conclusions like that. He just saw a shadow, right? That could have been anyone walking around in women's underwear. Even me.
Definitely not. Hey, Joel, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it, man.
That'd be a whole different issue.
Definitely would be, Samugi.
No, it's Mew.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. Mew and Gonta's statements.
Mm-hmm. Gonta see Mew, but Gonta's face get red hot, so Gonta could not bring her. Your face got hot? You mean you were hot on her trail, right? No, she used her, what she call it? Secret woman weapon. And then... I had to use my secret woman weapon. And let's just leave it at that. What was her secret woman?
I see you. It sounds like Gonta got an eye for you.
Yes, he did.
What? Why the heck were you in your underwear, Mew? Well, because, you know, I'm pretty stacked, so... I figured I'd take my clothes off so Gonta would be too flustered to touch me. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, you cockroaches!
Oh my god!
Anyway, I think the blood rushed to both of Gonta's heads because he got super embarrassed.
Hold on, look at Gonta's. I wish I could save this screenshot. Oh my god, that is great. Gonta's face. The blood.
Mew was in her underwear, and Gonta got weird feelings. So Gonta.
Yeah. She used her secret woman weapon. She absolutely did.
Well, when you got the body of a goddess, it's only natural to want to flaunt it. I show my panties to the boys all the time.
Well then, yeah, you look kind of embarrassed there, though, Miyu. I think Shingo just hit the point there.
And I mean all the time. So you're welcome, Gonta. Think of me during your next tug session.
Well then.
Most of that was unintelligible nonsense, but it would seem that Mew has an actual
Oh,
alibi.
Kibo, you don't know because you're a robot.
Yep, it took a while, but at least we got everyone's alibis cleared up.
Except for Kaito and Maki.
We should remember all of this in case we need to recall these events again.
Alibis for yesterday had been recorded in a monopad.
That leaves Kaito and Maki as the only ones with no alibis.
Then one of them must be the culprit. But which one, I wonder?
Hmm.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch the culprit by its...
Jesus.
Hold up! Don't decide just yet!
Oh my goodness. Two prime suspects, Kaito and Maki. But something inside me doesn't want to accuse Kaito. I want to believe Kaito until he's proven guilty. I will trust him.
Maybe we should determine the sequence of events. The culprit
No, we should do something more fun. And I have the perfect idea.
Uh-oh. What the hell is Kokochi thinking now? Or Kokichi? What?
We narrowed it down to 2 people, and one of those 2 is the culprit, right? Since we don't have to randomly accuse each other, finding the truth just got much easier. So let's find the truth with a more effective method.
Oh boy. What's he planning?
And what this effective method.
If one of them is the culprit, then the innocent one should know who the guilty one is. Yeah?
Huh?
Because if you know you're not the culprit, then you can just accuse the other person.
Yes, that is true.
Which means there is one person among us who definitely knows who the culprit is. To that someone who knows, do your best to convince us. Work harder.
Work harder?
What?
Have the two argue for their innocence. That's how we'll decide our culprit.
You're leaving that to a game of chance. Why would you do that?
Even if we did that, wouldn't they just pass the blame back and
Right.
And...
Oh, Jesus.
Huh?
You guys talk about cooperation and teamwork, but you're all afraid. You're too scared to point your fingers at others, so you hide behind the word trust. How do you expect to find the culprit when you're all worried about each other's feelings? If you're planning to expose a liar, then you have to corner them psychologically.
He would know best because he is the master liar.
Only then will they reveal their true self as a liar, hiding beneath a layer of deceit!
But Kokichi, you always lie.
If we want to find the liar, I suggest that the two suspects argue against each other. No more pointless deductions. All we need is for them to fight for their lives. So let's host an argument that's totally not boring but super fun! We'll catch the culprit in their lies when we find a contradiction. We'll scare the culprit until they screw up! That's how a true class trial works. Right, Monokuma?
A development like that would liven things up a
Oh
bit.
my goodness.
Yep, I totes
I
agree.
totes agree. Oh my god.
You're agreeing with Monokuma? Just whose side are you on?
I'm on your side. I don't want to die either, you know. That's why we need to take this seriously. A hot debate to smoke out the liar.
And how do you expect us to start this?
If you guys need some help getting started, I can give out the first topic. Our first topic is this! Ta-da!
Oh no.
The Cubs pad.
Not just any Cubs pad, but the one given to our latest victim, Ryoma.
What?
When we started investigating, I went straight to his room to borrow it.
He got the first one. Wow. That's why they couldn't find it. He got it
It
first.
wasn't the culprit who took the video from his room. It was you.
Yep.
And the reason why I brought it out just for this occasion is because one of these two had Ryoma's motive video. Dun dun dun!
One of these two had it?
And for us to figure that out, we need to know who this motive video belongs to. Take a guess, everyone. Whose motive video did Ryoma have?
So it had to be Maki's then. If you use it, because remember Shuichi had Kaito's motive video. It was Maki. You do.
That's it.
It was Maki's motive video, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how did you ever guess? Ooh, I know. It's because the motive video that you have belongs to Kaito. Process of elimination wins again. The obvious answer was Maki, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that true, Shuichi?
Yes, you're right.
And what about that? Just because Ryoma had my motive video, that doesn't make me the culprit.
Finally, you said something! This is how a debate should be. I only brought up the motive video to make you talk.
Oh my gosh, of course he did.
Excuse me?
Okay, now that we got the party rolling, let's get you and Kaito ready to argue. Remember, if you're not the culprit, then that means the other one is. Got that? Let's start this extreme death debate. Tear up the other's lies, rip each other apart.
Wait just a minute. What are you trying to...
Quit screwing around! We don't need to debate who's a culprit!
Uh-oh.
I'm not the culprit! That's for sure.
Which means...
Kaito, wait. Maybe Kokichi is wrong. Maybe he...
But Maki isn't a culprit either!
Huh?
What?
Huh? Really? You're saying neither of you are the culprit? Then what would be the point of this whole debate?
Who cares about that? All I know is that neither me or Maki are the culprit. It's just a hunch I've got.
You... Oh my god, you can't go off.
Hunch? Are you being serious? You do know all our lives are on the line here, right?
Yeah, Kibo. You're definitely... Kibo's just like, I don't know anymore. He's just like, I don't know anymore.
And you're betting our lives on just a hunch?
You don't get it. This isn't just any hunch. This is an official hunch from the Kaito Momota, Luminary of the Stars.
What?
How illogical. This is even more difficult to comprehend than Kokichi's antics.
Yeah.
You're totally not serious. You can't be that stupid, right?
No, he might actually be that stupid. Damn idiot! A two-a-dunned idiot!
Hey, don't call me an idiot! Anyway, me and Maki aren't the culprit. There's no doubt about it. I believe in Maki.
You what?
You believe in her? But based on what?
Huh? I don't gotta base it on anything. No matter where the clues point. In the end, the only thing that matters is what I believe, right? Whether I believe or not. Whether I want to believe or not.
Oh, yeah, it's
That's
Kyle
the only thing
Abear
that matters.
that voiced Kaito.
So, you do not have any evidence.
Yeah, Kane had did have gut feelings.
Only baseless conjecture.
But I totally get where he's coming from, because I want to believe in Himiko too.
I don't believe, huh? Yeah, I think I understand that.
Wanting to believe in someone is a beautiful act, yes.
Mm-hmm.
However, it is a sentiment that has no place in a class trial.
He's an idiot.
Gosh.
It's okay to be idiot, as long as you believe in people.
Guys, I said don't call me an idiot. Really hurts my feelings.
True. That's not what a class trial is about. You're supposed to think logically. You can't let your feelings into it. It's absurdity. Total absurdity. But then again, that absurdity saved me before, right? Why don't you trust me, Kaito? There's a chance that I'm the... I believe in you because I want to. Do I need a reason other than that? What? Isn't that why you believed in Kaide? I mean, sure, I might get betrayed in the end, but... if I worry about that, I won't be able to believe in the people I want to believe in. If I can trust my logic, maybe I should trust Kaito's feelings too. Yeah, it'll work out in the end, so...
I'll believe in Maki as well.
What?
That's our Kaido, right? Making us think with our hearts.
You too? How could the ultimate detective believe in someone without proof?
But there's no proof linking Maki or Kaido to this crime either. I believe in innocent until proven guilty. For now, they are innocent.
Right on, Shuichi. I knew I picked a good sidekick.
Oh my gosh.
And by the way, I might be the ultimate detective, but I'm in training. I told you that, didn't I? I'm just an apprentice, not a real detective.
How do you plan to get closer to the truth without suspecting either of them? Unless you have evidence to the contrary, these two will remain suspects.
So I just have to turn it around, right?
Huh?
It's not like I owe that idiot a favor or anything just because he defended me. But that hopeless idiot may have encouraged me a bit.
Seriously, enough's enough. Stop calling me an idiot.
What are you trying to say, Maki?
I didn't want to say anything, but I can't stay silent forever. So I'll tell you.
Oh, tell us what?
I met up with Ryoma during nighttime yesterday.
What?
Ryoma? At nighttime?
So Ryoma was still alive at nighttime?
I thought the crime took place between 8 and 10 o'clock at night.
That's wrong, because I met up with Ryoma during nighttime.
Uh-oh. There's the
If
twist.
that's true, then we have no basis for suspecting only Kaito and Maki.
There's the twist.
That's right. Everyone suspected them, because they know have alibis for those times.
That means me and Maki aren't suspects anymore.
Quit fucking around. You think I'm dumb enough to swallow that line of crap?
Yes, this seems too convenient.
But why did Maki wait until now to mention that?
It's totally obvious. Maki's so desperate that she has to lie.
I don't think so. Was that a lie? Did Maki lie to us? It's true, we don't have all the facts, but why would Maki say that now of all times? If I trust her innocence, I should believe her statement. But should I? Is this the forced lie? Class trial intermission. Oh boy. Do you want to save? Yes, let's go ahead and save now. Alright, we're going to save here. I got to run to the restroom real quick. But don't go anywhere. We'll be right back shortly. Be back. It's going to be a shorter break than normal, so just hang tight. Be right back. All right, there we go. All right, back. Sorry about that. Had to stay hydrated. Had to get more H2O. Get some more water. Because this is getting interesting. So now Maki said that she saw Ryoma at nighttime. What did she mean by that? And why is she saying that now? Very interesting. Especially since she said that she stayed in her lab the entire time. So I'm curious about that. Very interesting.
Now then.
It seems the voting is finished. Now let's see the result. Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Wait a second, what result? Voting time hasn't happened yet. Yes, it has. Don't you remember, Monosuke? No, it hasn't. You're the one who doesn't remember, Monotaro. Aw, man, you're right. Silly me, I'm so forgetful. Wow, I didn't expect you all to get so worked up over such a small lie. You kids are pretty gullible, huh? Yeah, anyway, let's just skip this trial and jump ahead to Chapter 3. Wait a second, we don't know the culprit yet. Yeah, who killed Rantaro? That was... Oh my god. That was Chapter 1's case. How could you be this forgetful? My gosh. Holy hell. That's funny. That's too good.
Another shocking truth revealed.
I don't think it's the truth because she said that she...
Back to square one.
Square one?
No.
If square one, they wouldn't have got eaten by the competition.
After that terrible movie, they had no other choice.
Right now, you're on the threshold of an amazing adventure.
Wow! What does that mean?
It means he doesn't want to get involved in another pointless argument, like this one.
The damn Monocubs.
We shouldn't listen to anything Maki says. She's just gonna throw out more lies.
But if we don't ask her for more details, how will we know for sure?
Yep.
I told you already, we don't need to. I hate liars. Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Coming from him?
You're one to
Yeah,
talk.
exactly.
Maki, just ignore that lying little degenerate. We'll listen to what you have to say.
It must have been a little after midnight last night. He visited me at my research lab. He wanted me to show him the motive video that I received.
Motive video?
If Ryoma came to ask about that, does that mean you had his motive video?
As I recall, Ryoma had Maki's motive video, correct? Does this mean you and Ryoma received one another's motive video?
Oh. Huh.
Maybe. I actually didn't check the one I got, so I wouldn't know.
Maki admitted earlier that she hadn't checked her Cubs pad.
Then why did Ryoma think that Maki had his motive video?
If he went around asking at random, he might have asked some people besides Maki.
He never asked me. He probably never asked you guys either, right?
Then, who was it that told Ryoma about his Cubs pad?
Who told Ryoma that Maki had his motive video? It would have to be someone who knew who had each pad. Kokichi. Because he went and took all of them. This little fucker.
It's you!
That would be Kokichi.
Cubs pads, gotta catch them all. I even got the pads belonging to the people who aren't here. Now everyone can watch their motive video.
So, you saw the motive videos. Did you tell Ryoma that Maki had his?
When males get this quiet, they're either caught in a lie or thinking dirty thoughts.
Oh my god.
What happened then, Maki? After Ryoma asked you for his motive video?
I told Ryoma just to take it from my room. I keep my room unlocked.
Wow, Maki, that's super careless. Aren't you scared someone might kill you in your sleep?
And then what happened?
I don't know what happened after that. I'm not even sure if he saw his motive video. When he asked me, he said that he would show me my motive video in return. But I wasn't interested, so I declined. And that's pretty much it.
So you don't even know if Ryoma saw his motive video? What a bunch of crap.
If Maki met with Ryoma at nighttime, that proves he was still alive then.
Yeah.
Which means, even though we don't have alibis from 8 to 10, Maki and me aren't suspects.
If that story is true.
It's true.
Then why did you wait until now to bring that up?
I didn't say anything until now because I wasn't in the mood to be suspected.
No. Fair enough.
Suspected? What for?
Himiko, really?
Hirumi said it earlier. It seems that Ryoma and I had each other's motive videos. And it's pretty fishy, right? So I didn't want to mention it to avoid suspicion.
You didn't say anything because you weren't in the mood?
It is quite selfish to keep this information hidden because you were not in the mood.
Well, whatever. Either way, let's just believe Maki.
Yes, yes! Those who believe shall be saved!
Oh my gosh.
No, we need to wait. There is still more to confirm.
Well then, why don't we ask Kokichi?
Huh? What now?
You never answered my question. Were you the one who told Ryoma that Maki had his motive video?
Is that really important?
Yeah, it kind of is.
Yes, it is important. Because if Kokichi told Ryoma, it becomes more likely that Ryoma visited Maki during nighttime.
I see. Kokichi's response may help corroborate Maki's testimony.
Now you understand why I don't want your charade. I want the truth.
Well, Kokichi, did you tell Ryoma?
You said it earlier. I don't want to die, right? If you really don't want to die, then you better tell us the truth.
Here comes the dramatic turnabout. Now I'm the one pressured by Maki. Okay, it's true. I told Ryoma.
Just as I thought.
But that's not a bad thing, right? He wanted to know, so I told him.
Have you seen everyone's motive video?
No, not yet. I was gonna wait until we hosted like a movie screening party.
Jeez.
I just checked who had whose so I could give them back to everyone after.
I see.
Anyway, if Kokichi told Ryoma that, then he must have gone to see Maki. That means Maki's telling the truth. Ryoma was alive during nighttime.
So right now, everyone was going over to Clue's Moose, and everyone deducted that Kaito and Maki were going to be the suspects. But Maki just revealed that she was the last person to see Ryoma after Ryoma was told by Kokichi about Maki having his motive video. So they're clearing up this little aspect of this.
No, we cannot be too sure about that yet. Even if Ryoma and Maki did meet, it does not mean it was during nighttime yesterday.
So you still suspect me?
I am saying it could still be a possibility. If there is still a small chance of you being the culprit, then I cannot trust you entirely.
Oh. Well then.
Because everyone's lives are at stake.
Then which is it? A lie or not lie?
She's not lying. Can't you tell just by looking at her?
Is this going to be the debate scrum?
If it was that easy, we'd be done by now. No, this is a world of lies and betrayal.
Himiko! It breaks my heart to hear you say depressing things.
I find Maki's testimony suspicious. It's far too convenient for her.
This is difficult to determine.
Everyone's split.
Maki is lying. Like I said before, a liar like me knows their own kind.
I'm not lying. I did meet up with Ryoma during nighttime. I'm telling the truth.
Yep. Oh, either that or... I have to change where this argument is going, just like Kaede did. Nah, he's actually got to do a lie. He's actually got to do a lie here. It's the forced lie.
I met with Ryoma the previous night.
What a load of crap!
Maki only see Ryoma at night?
Yes, I didn't meet with anyone else.
No, I don't think he has.
Surely they would have come forward already.
If no one can prove that this meeting took place, then there is no reason to believe your testimony, I'm afraid.
As expected, Maki is lying to us. If you can't prove your claim, then it's the same as an outright lie!
Yeah, I feel like this is... I can't say the two of them met now. That's too obvious of a lie. So if I can convince them that Maki met up with someone...
I met with Ryoma the previous night.
What a load of crap!
Maki only see Ryoma at night?
Yes, I didn't meet with anyone else.
Did anyone see those two together?
Surely they would have come forward already.
If no one can prove that this meeting took place, then there is no reason to believe your...
I feel like it's Maki alone. I feel like it's that one. What's the other? Monaco Fatu? No.
As expected, Maki...
Gonta's account. No, it's not that. Insect meet and greet.
To us, if you can't prove your claim, then it's the same as an outright lie.
I met with Ryoma the previous night.
What a load of crap!
Maki only see Ryoma at night?
Yes, I didn't meet with anyone else.
Did anyone see those two together?
Surely they would have come forward already.
If no one can prove that this meeting took place, then
Damn
there
it.
is no reason to believe your testimony, I'm afraid.
As expected, Maki is lying to us. If you can't prove
I
your
feel
claim,
like that's the one.
then it's the same as an outright lie.
I met with Ryoma this night.
What a load of crap!
Maki only see Ryoma at night?
Yes, I didn't meet with anyone else.
Did anyone see those two together?
Surely they would have come forward already.
If no one can...
I'll reveal the truth.
Yeah, that was what it was. I thought it was going to be that one.
I might not be able to prove they met, but I can prove Maki wasn't alone.
Oh, please explain.
Well, Kaito and I train together every night. And yesterday, because of the insect meet and greet, we started late. Huh?
Nah.
Ah, Kaito, don't worry. You don't have to say anything. Anyway, we were doing some frog squats on the school stairs when we heard two people talking.
People talking?
We knew one of them was Maki, but we couldn't pick out the other one. But now that I think about it, it must have been Ryoma.
What?
Yeah, maybe. That was probably around midnight.
Wait a minute! If you heard their voices, then that means...
So Ryoma and Maki did meet up.
Mm-hmm.
No, hold up! Why'd you sit on that info for so long?
Because until just now, I didn't think it was relevant.
Nah.
I had no reason to bring it up.
Freaking Shuichi.
Now. We don't know if Maki was really talking to Ryoma, right?
That is true. If I knew for certain, I would have said so sooner.
Mm-hmm.
But considering the circumstances, I can't imagine it being anyone but Ryoma. None of us were talking to Maki last night, correct? So it must have been him.
And nobody say you suddenly remember talking to Maki. It's way too late for that.
And you two did not confirm who Maki was talking to at the time? If I overheard a conversation in the middle of the night, I surely would have checked.
Mm-hmm.
We are still part of a killing game after all.
Whoa, chill out. Why this scary
That
face?
is a pretty scary face
My
from
bad,
Kurumi.
But it's not really manly to eavesdrop, you know?
Hey, Kaido, eavesdropping's bad. Yeah, dude, I honestly think...
Something so uncool.
Now, I know Rev went back and watched the first case that I archived and everything, the first trial. So I'm pretty sure he saw that maybe. But yeah, I'm sure that would have been the reaction.
I know that we heard those voices. Maki is not lying.
Then Gonta will believe friends.
You're gonna believe him? Just like that? But Shuichi has no reason to lie.
Yes. If his lie leads us to the wrong culprit, he will join us in eternal sleep. Unless he wishes for death, we should be able to believe him.
That's right. You can believe me.
Yeah, dude, definitely,
Yeah, you're right.
Moose. I would definitely want to do that because, yeah, the series is awesome.
Belief shall set you free.
I'd be so surprised if Shuichi was a liar, especially after we believed him for so long. We wouldn't be able to trust anyone anymore. Well, it's not like he's lying anyway.
All right, that proves it then. Ryoma was still alive during nighttime. In other words, me and Maki aren't suspects anymore.
I guess that means everyone's alibis no longer matter, yes?
It's true.
So, everyone is culprit again?
Mm-hmm.
So, we're right back where we started. What a pain.
However, it should be clear now that the crime occurred after nighttime began.
But then when was Ryoma's body placed inside the piranha tank?
Well, the gym is locked at nighttime, so it must have been the next morning, but...
That's not possible. Himiko and I were at the gym, remember?
So did we fuck up by thinking the body got stuffed into the piranha?
No.
I don't think so. We have evidence to prove that's what happened.
Right.
Then when did the culprit throw the body into the piranha tank?
When did Ryoma's body get placed in the piranha tank? Maki was with Ryoma around midnight, so it couldn't have been before nighttime. And if it couldn't have been the morning after, that leaves...
The only time they could have done it was during nighttime, huh?
Yep.
Did you forget the gym's not open at nighttime, dick cheese?
Not dick cheese.
Dick cheese?
But that's the only possibility, because by morning we were already at the gym.
It may be possible they slipped by without you noticing.
No one can slip by me. I'm known far and wide as the snoozing sorceress.
Not the snoozing sorceress.
What a terrible title. for
Yeah,
a
no
book.
kidding.
Are you positive that you did not see it? You cannot enter the gym at nighttime.
Himiko would have seen it. She might strike out, but she always keeps her eye on the ball.
That makes no sense.
I don't even play baseball.
That makes no sense.
But we can't disobey school rules, right? The body was probably moved in the morning.
Calm down, everyone. Gonta sure if we discuss disagreement.
I see through your arguments. Disagreement?
Here we go.
What? A disagreement? You mean you're split down the middle again? Then, the Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very own more phenomenal trial ground!
Here we go.
Yippee! We've been waiting for this.
It time.
Jeez, we gotta do that whole crazy thing again.
It seems like our opinions are split on this matter. But if we focus on the evidence, the facts will become clear. All I have to do is show them and make them accept it. If I can't get them to see the truth now, my lie would have been for nothing. I see. So the lie is what starts us up.
Did the culprit move the body just before the morning announcement?
Is it not possible you simply missed the culprit? Himiko!
You were right in front of the door. There's no way we could have missed them.
Remember, the rules state that you can't enter the gym at night.
Kaito!
Rules probably don't apply to corpses, you know.
The piranha tank is too far from the gym's entrance.
I got this! You might be able to reach the tank from the window above the stage.
But pool next to gym also off limits at night.
Lucky!
Entering the pool at night's what's off limits, not the pool area itself. But should we trust Maki's testimony in the first
Tenko!
It's okay, because we have Shuichi's testimony too.
All right, so almost got it.
Did the culprit move the body just before the morning announcement? Did the culprit move the body just before the morning announcement?
Ah, damn it.
Is it not possible you simply missed the culprit?
So which one is it again?
You were right in front of the door. Could have missed it.
Remember, the rules state that you can't enter.
Kaito!
Rules probably don't apply to corpses, you know.
The piranha tank is...
I got this!
You might be able to reach the tank from the window above the stage.
But pool next to gym also...
Testimony, okay.
Entering
Oh,
the
no,
pool at
announcement.
night's what's off limits. Testimony in the first
Tenko!
Did the culprit move the body? Did the culprit move the body just before the morning announcement?
Angie!
I was in front of the gym with the others before the announcement.
Is it not possible you simply missed? Himiko!
You were right in front of the door. There's no way we could have missed it.
Remember, the rules state that you can't enter the gym at night.
Kaito!
Rules probably don't apply to corpses, you know.
The piranha tank is too far from...
I got this! You might be able to reach the tank from the window above the stage.
But pool next to gym also off limits at night.
Lucky!
Entering the pool at night's what's off limits, not the pool area itself. But should we trust Maki's testimony in the first place?
Tenko!
It's okay, because we have Shuichi's testimony too.
The scrums are dope. And also the music. The music OST chosen for that scrum is really tight too.
It's true that you cannot enter the gym at nighttime, but a corpse could. I am positive that the window was how the culprit moved the body.
That window's higher than the piranha tank, and it's pretty close by. Curtains might have been closed, but the window was open the whole investigation.
That means it was certainly possible to put the body in the piranha tank from the window.
However, I'm also positive the pane dividing the piranha tank was set up beforehand.
That certainly couldn't be tossed in. It would need to be placed carefully.
Even if the culprit were to throw the body from outside the window, the window is far too high. It cannot be reached from the floor.
Ryoma was small. Gonta could have chucked him easy.
Nah. Say Gonta.
Yes, but Gonta wouldn't do that. Gentlemen not chuck dead bodies.
Fair.
Being a gentleman has nothing to do with it.
I know. They used the ladder in the gym. You tested it out while you were investigating, Shuichi. That ladder reached the window, right? So the culprit just needed to put the body through the window to pull it off, right?
No, I don't think that method is possible because the ladder can't be. There's no time to move it.
Damn it!
That wasn't that one. Which one was it? Ladder didn't reach the window. That's what it was. Okay.
The only reason the ladder reached the window was because it was on the stage. If you used the ladder on the pool side, it would not quite make it.
Right.
The ladder could barely reach the window when it was on the stage. And there is nothing on the pool side of the gym as tall as the stage. Finally, the ladder was found in the gym, correct? If the culprit used the ladder on the pool side, we wouldn't have found it in the gym.
And they couldn't have thrown the ladder back through the window because it's too heavy.
Then Gonta used his hard strength to throw the ladder or the body or something.
God is. Come on, me,
Gentlemen
you.
not throw dead bodies or ladders.
Jeez.
The body could not have been thrown into the piranha tank to begin with.
Right. It would have disrupted everything.
It would need to be placed carefully to prevent the glass pane from shifting.
Correct.
Got it, Musclehead? Even if we injected tons of steroids into you, it'd be impossible.
Sorry, you're right.
Why are you apologizing?
You didn't need to apologize,
Yeah.
Gonta.
God, jeez.
How the culprit moved the body from the window?
The rope.
Ha! You guys don't even know that? What a bunch of
Oh
dimwits.
boy, Kaito, what do you mean?
Do you have the answer then?
But of course. Tell him, Shuichi. Blow him all away with the truth.
I actually don't know that yet.
What?
The culprit definitely moved the body through the window, but I don't know how.
Seriously?
Serves you right. You just made a fool out of yourself after acting all high and mighty.
Dudes just need to shut up and take their licks.
What are we gonna do, Shuichi? We gotta figure this out or we're done for.
What do you mean we're done for?
Hey, you gotta do something, Shuichi.
What?
I know. I have to do something, but
I don't know what to do. I haven't figured that out yet. Damn it. Am I really not good enough? Am I Am I no good as a detective? I can't do this. I can't.
I don't think it really matters how the body got into the piranha tank.
What?
Gonta thinks it matter. We won't know culprit's trick unless we figure out.
We're getting sidetracked. It doesn't matter how it was done, just who did it. We shouldn't focus on where we found the body. Instead, we need to focus on where he was killed.
Where he was killed?
Wouldn't it be more efficient if we focused on the murder scene instead?
She's got a good point.
Yes, that's it. We were so caught up in where the body was found, when we should have been thinking about where the murder occurred.
The murder scene would definitely have more clues about the culprit. Why didn't anyone realize this yet?
That's strange. Perhaps the culprit steered the conversation away from that topic.
Then, culprit is someone in this room.
That's important to remember. It's not as if everyone here wants us to find the truth. One of us is trying to sabotage his trial.
Well then, let's discuss the crime scene to figure out who the culprit is.
That's not a bad idea for a robot. The last time I heard such a good idea was when Nino told me to move in with her under the bridge to get out of the cold.
No, it's Nino.
Hinikawa under the bridge?
We can determine where this all started. We can determine how it ended. Yes, it's too much soon to quit. The trial has only just begun.
Thank you, Maki. That was a helpful insight.
I can't believe you didn't notice that. I guess that's why you're still an
No,
apprentice.
well then. Ouch. Yeah, that hurt. That hurt. I felt the despair on that one.
First, let's establish the crime scene.
Alright, hold on a second.
Wasn't it the dorm room? Ryoma was relaxing in his room when he got attacked.
But the cause of death was drowning. There's nothing in his room that could collect enough water.
He's got a toilet, doesn't he?
That's disgusting.
Drowning toilets? Impossible.
We should consider places where water is stored.
The only place that fits is the pool. Even if you use magic, there's no other way.
Well, it must be the pool then.
No, that little turd drowned in the toilet.
Jeez.
Shut your mouth, you noisy sow.
Wow.
Sal?
The cause of death is a certainty. Ryoma drowned in water. The pool seems like the obvious answer, but I have my doubts.
First, let's establish the crime scene.
Wasn't it the dorm room? Ryoma was relaxing in his room when he got attacked.
But the cause of death was drowning. There's nothing in his room that could collect enough water.
He's got a toilet, doesn't he?
Drowning toilets? Impossible.
We should consider places where water is stored.
The only place that fits.
That's wrong.
Impossible. Yeah, I did catch that. He said that.
The pool could not have been the scene of the murder. Ryoma was killed at night.
Right.
No swimming is allowed at nighttime, so a living person could not have gone in.
Mm-hmm.
A dead body is fine because it's just an object. But if a living person entered the pool,
Mm-hmm.
I think I might cry.
Oh my gosh.
Cry as loud as you want. I'll cry with you. We can spend the night together crying. In the morning after, I'll write goodbye on your mirror in lipstick before I quietly leave.
Right now, you're on the
Only
threshold
after
of an
you
amazing
leave do I
adventure.
realize how much you really mean
Oh
to
my god.
Quit being so gloomy. This is the year of the Jets. Fuck the Patriots.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that was brilliant. That was brilliant. Oh my god. I need to remember to go back to the stream archive and screenshot this. When did this take place? Hold up a minute. How long have I been going for? 326. I can't screen cap because it's on PS4. But I'll definitely do it on the stream archive. I have a way I could do it. But that is fucking brilliant. 327. I got it, Moose. I got it.
Anyway, we can conclude
That's
it's
great.
impossible for him to have drowned
The
in the
year
pool.
of the Jets. Patriots. It's impossible to drown in the pool.
Where was Ryoma killed if not pool? Is there other place where water can be stored?
In that sink. The scratch sink, yep, right there.
This is it!
Oh, did you?
The sink in Ryoma's lab. There were distinct scratch marks on it.
I got it. That's awesome. Thank you, Moose. I greatly appreciate that. So gloomy. This is the year of the Jets. Fuck the Patriots. Oh, that might be one of the greatest lines ever. Oh. Oh, that was funny. Oh no, but see, this is the reason why I can't do it on this one, because in this game they actually put the block on there. So the game disabled the share button after the first chapter. That's why you can't do it on PS4 after chapter 1, because the game actually goes into that blocking aspect of it on PlayStation.
Scratch marks on the sink?
And I believe those scratches were caused by
Scratch handcuffs.
This is it! The handcuffs. They were scratched as well, correct?
Well, yeah. Sort of looked like they'd been scraped against something.
Mm-hmm.
There's also the fact that the handcuffs were from Ryoma's lab. The marks in the sink came from the handcuffs in the same room. The size and shape of the scratches are consistent with the handcuffs, I'm sure.
How did those handcuffs get from the lab to the water tank?
Because Ryoma was wearing them, right?
Yes, though they were only visible for a brief moment when Ryoma appeared in the tank. I am certain he was wearing the handcuffs at the time.
Yeah, and those handcuffs were found at the scene of the crime,
The
too.
handcuffs were left after the piranhas devoured Ryoma.
So the culprit handcuffed Ryoma and drowned him in his lab sink.
Ryoma must have been pretty yummy. They chomped up his entire body. Arms, legs, brain.
Thanks, Kokichi.
Saying disgusting things. I don't want to hear it.
That crunchy texture with the fatty parts just right. Then when they bite down, it gushes.
Stop! Please stop!
Kokichi.
But how did culprit handcuff Ryoma? He could have used Shikuchi method to get away, unless someone ambushed him? It's
possible they knocked him out before handcuffing him. Though there's no way we can be sure, now that he's not but bones.
I doubt he was ambushed. I'm pretty sure the culprit got Ryoma by... Whoops. Don't pay attention to Lulomi. I'm just talking to
Oh
myself.
my gosh, really?
When you talk to yourself, pretend you're eating and chew with your mouth closed. Otherwise, you'll get a mouthful of peanut butter squid. It's so disgusting you'll laugh.
So we all agree Ryoma was drowned in the sink
What?
in his lab, right?
I'm so confused.
That sink could have held enough water to do it for sure.
Yeah, right.
All right, I'm calling it. The crime scene is Ryoma's fucking research lab.
But how did the culprit carry his body to the gym from there? Isn't Ryoma's lab on the 3rd floor of the academy?
It's actually not far at all. Although, perhaps it's more accurate to say there's a shortcut.
Was there a shortcut?
Yep. What shortcut between Ryoma's lab and the gym did the culprit use? The window. Yep.
This showed Ryoma's lab.
The window?
That's right. None of the windows in this school open except the one in Ryoma's lab.
And the one that also leads to the gym from the pool.
And on top of that, the window faced the pool. You could see the gym straight across.
Do you think the culprit dropped Ryoma's body into the pool area from the lab window? Then they could have thrown the body into the piranha tank through the gym window.
Hold on a minute, guys. Alright, I saw the stream got unstable for a minute. Is everything okay? Looks like we're back. Alright, give me 1 sec, guys. I'm gonna do a quick restart on the stream here. Don't go anywhere. Give me 1 sec. Be right back.